Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Kyron Reynolds, and this is the Nerdic Gods podcast, episode 1. Oh boy, 180?
No, we're
No,
not even there yet.
not even there yet.
175.
175? Really? I could have
Yeah.
sworn last week was 178.
No.
Yeah, all right. Well, you shocked me. Joining me as always, Daniel Neverly.
What is going on, gamers? What's up?
Daniel, we have to wish a special happy birthday to the great Grimace. It is his 52nd birthday. Don't know if you're aware of this, but happy 52nd birthday,
freak?
Grimace. Purple Freak, yeah, man.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know this or saw anything about this. There is a Game Boy Color inspired game on a web browser inspired by Grimace that McDonald's put out right now. You can go play a Grimace game right now. I forget what it was about. Something like, I think he's like delivering orders or some bullshit.
Sure. Delivering burgers to people.
Could you imagine sitting at McDonald's and this fucking purple monster comes up to you and hands you your order? I wouldn't eat that.
How do you think he smells?
God awful. Like a wet dog. 100%
Yeah,
like a
perfect.
wet dog. That's it.
Perfect.
That's it entirely. It's nothing good. No good perfume or cologne on Grimace. I don't know what gender
You can't mask that.
Grimace is, but
They don't have it. It's just
you don't think so?
Yeah.
Non-binary Grimace. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Grimace. We will review your game entirely next week. Me and Daniel. So
It's the whole show.
Game of the year, the Grimace game. Fuck off, Zelda.
Zelda who?
Zelda who?
We got this Grimace
got
game.
shit on Grimace. Let me tell you.
Yep.
Daniel, we have a very busy show this week. A whole
lot of news.
fuck ton of showcases have happened.
No, there's only one important piece of news. Is
Grimace
that
game?
Well, okay, number two important pieces.
Too important. Okay.
The only that matter is Grimace game and Nick Cage met Hideo Kojima. And
Did he really?
There's a picture of it. They met each other. Maybe he's gonna put him in a game because
Hideo, if there's anyone you should put in your game, it's Nick Cage.
It's Nick Cage.
Cage.
Nick Cage in.
He'd be such a good villain in one of his games.
Death Stranding's probably done, so it's like
whatever
the Xbox game is, get him in the Xbox.
That Overdose game.
Yes,
let's go for it.
Yeah, just whatever it is.
Make Nick Cage a weird demon or something.
Why can't he just be the main character though? Let him be the.
Well, don't they got that girl? What's her name? Margaret Qualley.
Yeah, but who knows what that is?
Who knows? Yeah, that could have been entirely fake. But whatever. Okay, just add Nick Cage. Who cares? This is the wacky sidekick, Let's go with that.
There you go.
Sounds fun.
Be like the Johnny Silverhand, just always with you.
It doesn't matter because whenever Nick Cage acts, he's just Nick Cage. So it's just like it doesn't matter what movie he's in. He's Nick Cage.
Yeah, he met Kojima. Crazy.
That is crazy. What a duo right there.
Yeah,
and I'm on your podcast. I wonder if we could get Nick Cage on here. That'd be fun. That'd be the best.
Wild.
That'd be the best time of my life, honestly. Daniel, we're gonna kick off with the Summer Games Fest, Jeff Keighley's Summer Games Fest, and go over it, relive this experience. Daniel, what did you think of Jeff Keighley's Summer Games Fest? I believe this is the fourth year he's done this.
Yeah, I think 2020 was his first year, so third year.
Third year.
No,
okay, great. Fourth.
Yeah, no, fourth
whatever.
Year. Fourth year.
The way, who knows, man? We can't count.
Yeah. So do you want to know how I thought about his show in particular, or the whole week?
His show in particular.
Okay. It was fine. I like seeing devs and them talking to devs. I like getting Ed Boon out there. I always like seeing Ed Boon. I like seeing Sam Lake out there talking about their games and stuff. The pace is always very weird with his shows. They're never really that paced well. At least I think maybe the Game Awards is paced a little bit better than this, but I don't know. I think I like that Keighley's out there doing stuff. Summer Games Fest just to me is just not it. I'm gonna be honest. As more of a fan and not somebody in media, it's just not really it. Like he kind of talks a big game about I like Keighley a lot. I want to, I guess, preface this. I like Keighley a lot. I think he's very good for the industry, but he likes to talk a big game about, taking over E3 in this time. But I don't know. He's never brought the heat, so I don't know.
Yeah, I hear you. I actually quite enjoyed the show from.
It wasn't bad.
For what it was. I think me and you set our expectations so low last week on the show, because like I remember after the show, we were like, "Is anything gonna be here?" And I was just like, "No, yeah, you're probably right. Nothing, like nothing that exciting." And he actually came with a few surprise announcements that I wasn't expecting that I got excited about. And it could be shorter. I think cut a little bit of the fat off this. and then it'd be a little bit of a better show. But for what it was, I had a good time. He's got to do his advertisements and all that stuff. But I thought it was good enough, to
Sure.
keep doing these. Like, yeah, I'm fine with that. No, it wasn't as hype as Game Awards was last year, but it doesn't always need to be.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Danny, we're gonna go over the show. First thing they announced: Prince of Persia: The Last Crown, coming out January 18th, 2024. Coming to all major consoles. Daniel, new Prince of Persia
Yeah.
game. What do you
Very
think?
quick too. Quick turnaround from announcement to release. It's awesome. It looked good. I'm a Metroidvania fan, so seeing us be a Metroidvania, and I've never really been a Prince of Persia person, but seeing the um, more Metroidvanias, like I'm always down for that. And I'll play a Prince of Persia game. It seems like they're trying to get this IP rolling whenever that remake of Sands of Time wants to release at any point.
Never.
They're gonna try to get the IP rolling. But yeah, I think it looked good. This was weird to be a first announcement because this is I think a pretty decent one.
Yeah, I thought it was a great way to kick off the show. It was something
He
unexpected,
could have saved it a bit.
surprising. Yeah, maybe, but you do want to kick off with that hype thing, right? So
Sure.
it's like, here it is. Yeah, I've never played a Prince of Persia game either, though, so I'm not that excited. I'm also not the biggest Metroidvania fan, so
Yeah.
who knows if I'll actually check this game out. But I think it's cool Ubisoft is making it. Ubisoft actually surprised me quite a bit this whole week, including the
Sure.
showcase
Yeah.
and all that. With I've said the entire last gen that like Ubisoft just isn't doing it for me for a long time. Besides the Far Cry games,
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time Ubisoft made a
I
game
mean,
where I'm
Siege,
not me, not me.
not for
I'm
you.
just saying
Yeah.
for me personally here,
Yeah.
right? Like they haven't made games for me in quite a while besides Far Cry. So I'm happy to see them going out there and trying different things, even if this one again isn't something for me. But they did drop a couple things that are for me that we'll talk about later.
Yeah. The
But yeah,
sad thing is, though, there's only one sad part about this announcement. You ready for me to say
yeah,
it?
I know what you're gonna say. Yeah,
It's that this is the Rayman team and they not
yeah.
making a new Rayman game. This depressing.
At least they're
Depressing.
making something, right? Like, all right.
Yeah, cool. This
I'll
team
take
is
this.
around.
Like,
Yeah,
it did look cool, right? The Prince of
it
Persia
did.
game, like even
Yeah.
even from someone that isn't into Metroidvanias like that, like the combat looked cool to me, and jumping around doing stuff. Prince of Persia, yeah, sounds fun. So
Yeah. So knowing it's the Rayman team, it's like, all right, well, the platforming's probably gonna feel pretty good to play, right? Like
yeah,
this game's gonna feel
exactly.
good.
Yeah, and Daniel, you did see Rayman this week, so
They did
he
show
was
him.
he was
Yeah.
there. So
Yeah.
next game then, Daniel, we saw gameplay for Mortal Kombat 1 coming out September
Mm.
19th.
Good
Daniel's
amount too.
yes, a long gameplay trailer, probably the longest one he had at that show, I think.
It felt like it, at
Yeah.
least.
Danny, I know you're a big Mortal Kombat fan, so what'd you think?
Oh yeah. Oh, it looked great. I'm still like trying to get used to like how everything's going to be changing with the story. Like it seems like a lot of these characters are going to be very different. So it's not. It's like, oh well, Scorpion and Sub Zero, they're brothers and all that now or something. It's like they're doing a lot. They're changing a lot of how these characters are. So trying to get used to that. But other than that, I think the actual fighting looked cool. Like having the cameo fighter, actually getting to see how it works, and you selecting also from a list, just like you do with your playable character, uh, was pretty cool. Visually, it's stunning. I
Yeah.
think this is Unreal Engine 5, right?
I can't remember, yeah. Probably is.
I think
It
it's
must be, man.
Unreal
The way
5.
it looked, that was the big thing that
Yeah,
stuck out to me. I was like, God, this is gorgeous. It's like one of the most beautiful games I've ever
yeah,
seen.
for sure. I think it was the one stage where it must have been Johnny Cage's stage. It was like Malibu. They were in like a mansion,
Mm.
and there was like the sunset behind him, and there's like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
pool down there with like a little floaty. I was like, wow, that's just a background. It's
Yeah, I
like
don't know if we're
this
talking about the same one, but the one with all the trees in the background, all the like the
different
cherry
one,
trees
but
and all that. Yeah, oh, that was the one that stuck out to
yeah,
me where I was like, Jesus, like video games, man, they come so far.
yeah, yeah. It looked great. What did you think?
I thought it was beautiful. I thought the combat looked really fun. Looked really, the fighting in general just looked really fun. I'm into this whole new storyline considering I didn't play the last Mortal Kombat game, so I have no reference point really. So I'm excited to just have this as a new starting point that I can jump into and understand everything that's going on easily. And yeah, I'm super into it, man. I can't wait to play through that single player. I was a big Injustice fan of the last two Injustice
Oh yeah.
games of that single player. That's what I played, and I fell in love with those. So I'm really looking forward to this single player as well.
Yeah, the only thing you really need to know is the short summary is Liu Kang went up, fought this person, Chronica, and beat her, and basically became a god,
Okay.
and he reset everything.
Yeah, that
He
reset the
he
time.
he
So it does
reset
like
everything. Yeah.
slightly connect still to the last
Yes.
ones. Yeah. Okay.
It. I didn't play Aftermath, the DLC. I'm sure that they expand a little bit more, especially with what's his name, Shang Tsung being in that trailer for one.
Yeah.
I know that he was in the Aftermath DLC, but so I'm not sure how he shakes out there. But for the most part, I don't really need to play it. Like I know he became a god, reset everything, and Raiden is no longer a god. That's pretty much all you need to
Okay. Great. Yeah, looking forward to it, man. September 19th. Man, September is just
know. This and Starfield,
Jesus.
insane.
Like, oh my god, I can't handle it. Can't handle it. There's another game too we'll talk about. Next game they showed Path of Exile 2. I don't know if you have anything much to say on this one. Wasn't my cup of tea.
Mm, it was a quick thing. It's a Diablo like. Path of Exile is a huge game. That first one, so uh, I expect this one to be pretty big too.
Okay, cool. Next they showed Street Fighter Cross. What's this game? Exo
Exoprimal,
Primo. That was it. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Got a
There's a little
robot Ryu.
Street Fighter. Yeah, it looks super weird.
It did look weird.
But yeah, this is coming out sometime this fall. So yeah, you can play as Robot Ryu in
Yeah,
Exo Prime later this fall.
I think the game comes out in July, but
Yeah, it's like
I'm
late
not.
July.
I think the DLC is a little later. It sounds like,
Yeah,
at least from what I got. Yeah,
sometime in the fall. So forward to that. I think this game's on Game Pass, right?
it will be launching Game Pass. Yeah,
Cool. So probably check it out through there if you really
yeah.
want to. Next up, then Nick Cage came out and announced his Dead by Daylight cameo coming out
There he
sometime in
is.
July. There he was. This is a great part. This is a great part. I don't normally like it when they do this like bullshit with bringing out
No,
actors and all that, but like Nick Cage, you give me Nick Cage, I'm down.
what a goofball. He's such an interesting man.
He really
Like
is.
he, whoever his like niece was it? They say his niece liked Dead by Daylight, and that's kind of what got him to get to the job and stuff. Like that's awesome. Like
Yeah,
imagine
I do
you
wonder if that was
being
bullshit, but like you know,
oh, it's Nick Cage. He's probably telling the truth somewhat. So imagine being like the niece of Nick Cage and like talks about you on stage like that. That'd be cool. Like I got my uncle
yeah.
into
I
that.
wonder. I wonder if his niece talks just like him. It's just
Looks
like
like
Nick
him too.
Cage with pigtails.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's cool. I've never played Dead by Daylight, so
Yeah, we were right. I think the question was he going to be a survivor or some people thought he might be a serial killer or one of the killers.
yeah, I
But
I
he's going to
like
be a survivor.
everyone talking about it would be hilarious to run around with 4 Nick Cages because I guess it's like
Yeah.
4 player co-op, so everyone just be Nick Cage. It's like, all right, yeah, I like that idea.
Yeah.
Next up, we got a new trailer for The Witcher season 3 on Netflix. We don't have to touch on this that much. It looks
I mean,
cool.
I'm out. I mean, Cavill's out. I'm out. So I'm not gonna.
You're not
I know
gonna
he's gonna
watch
be in.
this season?
No,
No. Okay.
once they
No.
said he's done, I'm not gonna. I don't.
For me, I'm gonna watch this season and then consider the show done
After
after
this
that. This will
season,
be the
yeah,
last season, you know.
sure.
This is I've treated some shows like that. Westworld in particular. I watched the first
Ah,
season and then I heard the second season and the seasons beyond that are just bad. So I'm like, okay, that was a perfect first season. I'm never watching it again.
yeah.
It ended there. Jeepers Creepers, the movie. There's a part in that where they get away like 30 minutes into the movie and there's still like an hour and a half left. I bounced out right
You
after
ever
that.
watch Jeepers Creepers 2?
No, never. They got away in the
Really?
first one, Daniel, so it doesn't matter.
Jeepers Creepers 2, they're like a bunch of kids stuck in a bus. Pretty fun movie.
I feel
Jeepers
like I
Creepers,
have watched this on like TV or something once. I
yeah.
remember
Jeepers
the
Creepers
boss scene.
3. I don't think
There's a
actually I don't think it's
3?
called 3. Yeah, it's not good. It's awful.
Mm,
It's even worse, but it's fun bad. It's fun bad.
I do like fun, bad horror movies.
Me too. Love.
Next up, Witchfire coming out in early access on September 20th. This game looks really cool. I don't understand what's up with the early access stuff going on here. And we're on
Which
Crossfire X.
or Crossfire. Okay.
Yeah, we'll move on. Crossfire Sarah Squad coming out in August. It's for a VR game, PSVR 2, and Steam VR.
Yeah, this IP doesn't have a lot of momentum anymore. So I
Oh
don't know.
yeah. What was up with this in the first place? It was like big in China or some shit.
Yes, it's huge. It's a huge IP. So I don't know. It does not have a lot of cachet over here.
Yeah, no, definitely not. Not crossing over here, you know what I mean?
Wow, I need to leave again.
Just go. I'll handle this. Next up, Remnant 2. Coming out July 25th. Not sure if this was a previously announced thing, but there you
We
go.
knew about
Remnant
this
2.
game.
Did we? Okay.
Hmm.
Cowboy hats. They're shooting guns. Sounds fun.
Hmm. I
Uh,
think this is at the Game Awards.
was it? Okay.
I think so. It
Well,
was
still
somewhere
coming
else.
out. Yeah, I think Kind of Funny was talking about this one. They played it or something. They really enjoyed it. So,
I think it's at the actual Summer Game Fest, like
event thing.
playable. Yeah.
Okay. Next up, then, big one. Surprise. Sonic Superstars got announced coming out this fall sometime. Coming out on all major platforms. New Sonic 2D game, Daniel. This looked awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I was surprised how nice it looked. Um I'm not like the biggest Sonic person. At least I played a few of the older Genesis ones, but I'm more just like Sonic music. I did beat a Sonic game this year. You know, I did the visual
Fun.
novel, The Death
Oh,
of
yeah.
Sonic the
Okay, yeah.
Hedgehog. Yeah, I did that earlier this year. Uh, yeah, it looks really good. I like the art style. But there's a big negative.
What's that?
This is, I mean, who knows? They could punch above their weight, but this was a lot of the Balan Wonderworld team, I think, is making this game.
Yeah, yeah.
That is,
Well, that team's made something else too, right?
I don't think very much good.
No,
Maybe not great, but or bad, but yeah, I don't
I
know.
thought this looked awesome enough to give it a try. You know, I do
Sure.
like the 2D Sonic games. Some of my earliest memories playing video games was Sonic 2. I
Oh,
was
I'm
playing as
sorry.
Tails with my older brother. Yeah, it was that and Crash Warped are probably my
Okay,
earliest
that's
memories playing video games. So you know, I don't know which one I played first, but one of those two. But yeah, so I'm a big Sonic fan, and this
yeah,
looked awesome. I love the new art style. I think that's really
yeah, it
cool
looks
that they
good.
finally made a new
Yeah,
art style for these games. The 4-player co-op, interesting idea. Sounds like it's only couch co-op anyway, so I probably won't even get
how
a
does
chance
that
to
work
check that out.
with like the momentum and stuff? Like the game is
Yeah, that'll probably be
so.
hard. I think you'll be locked to the screen though. Like you won't be like way back there as the fastest person's like way up front. I think you'll
You're
just
gonna
be
like
like
Mario bubble you, and then
either
like
that or you're just carried with the screen no matter what. You know, like it just pushes
that
you.
sounds crazy.
Yeah, who knows how that's gonna end up working? There was some like interesting things in there though. There was a part where they like turned into like octopuses or some shit. They were like swimming through something.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I was like, that
weird.
sounds interesting. It looks like they're doing different stuff with Sonic, so I don't know. It looked cool. This looks like what Sonic should be to me. You know, it's
Modern 2D. Yeah.
yeah, modern Sonic. This is what it should be. Not Frontiers, because just not Frontiers.
I wonder what the price would be for this.
Yeah, who knows? I'm guessing 40. Probably
That
right
seems
around there.
reasonable.
Yeah, that would seem reasonable to me.
Yeah.
But who
Sega
knows?
Sega likes to have prices all over the place. So like they even Sega hasn't fully committed to 70 yet. So yeah, I'm curious how much they're gonna charge for it.
Yeah, we will see. Coming out this fall though, so that's a cool little surprise, I think.
Yeah.
Next up, Honkai Star Rail. I
Yeah.
believe
We
that's how we pronounce this. It's already out on PC and mobile, coming to PS5 in Q4 2023. Danielle, any interest?
no.
Me neither. Cool art style though.
Andrew likes or
Oh,
wants to
Andrew
play
from
this
our
game.
Discord. Hi,
Yeah.
Andrew.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll play this. So yeah,
Yeah.
I guess
I think
he'll
he's
tell us
waiting for
about
the
it.
PlayStation release though.
Oh, is he? Okay. This is
Yeah.
the Genshin Impact guys?
Yeah, it's the
Oh,
same
okay,
same
gotcha.
team.
Yeah, so it'll probably be pretty big. Who knows? Next up, then Liza P got a new trailer and a new release date, September 19th, 2023. Coming to Xbox, PS5, PS4, PC, also Game Pass Day One. So, yeah, I love this trailer, Daniel. I love the look of this game. I love the whole style of this game. I think this appeals to me more than like any Souls game ever has,
That's
just
crazy.
stylistically. No, like honestly, well, it's like fucked up Pinocchio. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
it
yeah.
just
It
looks
does
really
look cool.
cool. I mean, you know, it's like I'm not expecting it to be as good as any Souls game, you know, just
Yeah.
combat wise and all that other stuff.
We'll have to
But
see. We'll have to see.
you know, like if you told me FromSoft was making this, I'd be hyped as fuck.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I know there's the demo out. I'm not gonna play the demo. Like I'll just get it. It's on Game Pass, right? So I'm just gonna I'll download the game when it comes out.
Yeah, I haven't checked out the demo yet either. I just don't have the time. There's too much shit out right now, so it's like,
Yeah,
I don't really got
I
time
don't
to be
play
playing
demos
demos.
too
Yeah,
much.
yeah. Plus, it is on Game Pass, so it's just like if I want to try it out when it does come out, I can just download it there. So
Exactly.
yeah. But yeah, did you like the trailer, bro?
Yeah, I think it was a pretty good trailer. There was like a lady at the end of the trailer too. It's like, who is this lady? They keep showing random people. There's like the old man in one of the first trailers. It's like, is that Geppetto or whatever? Who's this lady? Is this like a love interest? Is this a villain? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. Is she the fairy? Is there a fairy in fucking Pinocchio? Maybe there's not a fairy.
I
No,
don't think
whatever.
so.
Is there? Are you gonna fight Geppetto? That's my question. Are you just like fighting
I mean,
every
he's the dad.
iconic character from?
You can
Isn't
kill
Geppetto?
Geppetto.
Oh no, what's the cricket's name? Jiminy. Jiminy
Jiminy.
Cricket. Yeah,
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 he
yeah.
helped
Is
you.
is he there? Was he in
Jiminy
the trailer?
is in the lantern that he's
Oh,
on.
okay.
You don't remember hearing that in one of the other trailers? Like Jiminy's talking to him.
Oh,
I
was
think
he?
he
Okay.
says his name or something like that in one
See,
of the
all this
trailers.
type of shit was just cool, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, I'm into it. So coming out September 19th. Looking forward to
It's
it.
crazy that they made a game about Timothy Chalamet. You know,
It does look just like him, right?
yeah.
He should fucking sue.
He should. There should be a live action version of this. Timothy Chalamet.
Next up, and then I believe this was a new game, or maybe it got announced sometime previously. Sandland. This is made by or at least the art style is made by the Dragon Ball Z guy.
Akira
Was cool.
Toriyama.
Yeah, you could very much tell with the character models, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. I love Toriyama's art style.
Yeah, no date on this one or anything, but it was a cool trailer. I thought. I don't know what exactly this game's gonna end up being, but I
Some
like
sort
the
of open
character
world
models and all
thing.
that. Yeah. Now, is
Yeah,
this like an anime or something? What is this?
I think it is a manga, but I don't know if it got turned into an anime yet.
Gotcha.
But it is Toriyama still, so
Is this
yeah,
a
I think
newer thing?
it's new. I mean, compared to DBZ or Dragon Ball in general, yeah, it
Yeah.
is. Or even
Okay.
Dragon Quest, yeah, it's newer.
It's newer than those.
I'm not sure when the manga came out. I think it was like a shorter manga, like a enclosed manga. Yeah, I think this looks pretty cool. I'm curious to see more of it when they actually have more gameplay to show.
Okay. Next I'll rattle off some quick ones then. Throne of Liberty, Warhaven coming to PC, early access in fall. Party Animals coming out on September 20th.
Finally,
Finally, yeah. Everyone's really hyped on this game, huh?
it seems cute. I don't know.
Yeah. Kind of like going for that Fall Guys look a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
or like a Human Fall Flat, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll check it out. So, who knows? This might end up being pretty good. Then a new update coming for Dying Light 2 in June. There you go.
They're gonna keep supporting that game for a long time. They did for the first one.
Next we got a new trailer for Crash Team Rumble. Still on track for June 20th.
That's right around the corner.
Apparently it's really fun. Everyone that played it is
Yeah?
saying it's fun.
All
So,
right.
all right, whatever.
It can't be a bad game.
Yeah, it's probably not that bad. I just I don't like that's being made just in general.
Where's Crash 5?
Yeah, or just Crash 5. Like, why is this being made? Whatever. Ripperoo's in it though, so
Oh,
yeah, that's
cool.
that's hype. Next up, we got a new trailer for Alan Wake 2. We also got our first look at gameplay for this. Sam Lake came out, did his thing.
Oh yeah.
Talkie. Daniel.
Love
what'd you
seeing
think?
Sam. Love seeing Sam Lake out there. Yeah, it looked interesting. I think the one takeaway from this compared to like when PlayStation did their thing with a bigger trailer is Sam mentioning about playing both the two playable characters, and you could play. I think we already kind of knew this, but you could play either one at any time. And he really didn't clarify as much as I wish he did. Of like, so how often are you going to be shoehorned into playing Saga or Alan?
Yeah.
You know,
I
like I
think
want to know how that works
I
more.
think they said you have to start as Saga. So,
Yeah,
like at the opening chapter, I'm assuming. So I'm assuming it's gonna go because like Alan Wake 1 went in episodes, like a TV show kind of, like episode 1, episode 2.
yeah.
I'm assuming at the end of each episode, you'll get the option to switch to one or the other, right?
Hmm. Okay.
But yeah, I don't know how that works exactly either. It's got to be kind of weird because, like, what if you just want to play a Saga? Are you gonna get
Or what if you
Alan's
only? Yeah.
story spoiled then? And then Like, because I'm assuming they'll intertwine somewhere, right, and come together at the end of the story or whatever.
Yeah, that's
And
kind of
so,
my
like,
point.
we already know
They're gonna
that.
force
Yeah.
you to play as Alan at that point, at
Yeah.
any point, or force you to
Yeah.
play more
Oh,
as Saga,
that'd be
right?
interesting. What if like a cliffhanger type thing happens while you're playing fully as Saga, and then you have to go and play up to Alan's story at that point? That'd be interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm very curious how they're gonna end up doing
because
this.
they're gonna want to not. I mean, see, that's why he needs to clarify more, is because they're gonna want to have a narrative here and tell a narrative.
Right.
I doubt they
Exactly.
want you to play this game twice with both,
Yeah. You
right?
don't
That
want it to be
seems a
broken.
bit
Well,
much
it's
to
gonna
ask your
be
players.
completely different things. Like it's not like
Yeah,
yeah, it's not
no,
like
they're
you
gonna
just
have to
play
shoehorn
Saga
you.
stuff and then you play the exact same thing as Alan. It's
Yeah,
completely
they're
different
different
things.
places probably,
Yeah.
and all that. So yeah, they're gonna have a narrative here that they want to tell you. So they're going to shoehorn you into playing whatever they want you to play. So I wish Sam would have clarified a little more. But this game looks great.
Yeah, I think it looks awesome, man. The combat looks great. The flashlight thing is back. I know we've been theorizing ever since this game got announced. So will they bring that back? And it looks like they're
The
bringing that back.
Duracell
Yeah,
partnership.
that's what they needed. Duracell was just asking for this
Get
sequel.
that bunny coming out on the stage.
You got to shine that flashlight on him and shoot him. But no, it looks awesome. I love the whole detective vibe they're going for here, saying
Oh
they're
yeah,
inspired by True Detective and Seven and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, that's
the
right up.
Saga stuff really could tell.
Yeah, that's right up my fucking alley. So I can't wait for this. The game looks absolutely incredible. Another game that looks just beautiful graphically. So I'm really looking
This
forward to this game,
has to
man.
be Unreal 5 as well.
Yeah, I don't know what.
Gotta be,
Don't
right?
they have their own engine? Light something.
Oh, do they?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know that.
Remedy
Okay,
uses their own. I can't Lighthouse something like
that
that.
makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, so I think it's just an upgraded version of that. But
Man,
yeah, this game looks gorgeous. The people that played it at Summer Games Fest just saying this game's fucking awesome. It's like apparently this weird like you can go into your mind mechanic as Saga and like piece together detective stuff.
yeah.
I'm like that sounds
What's
so
this all
cool.
about? It's
Yeah,
so interesting.
yeah,
Very Sherlock Holmes, the Benedict Cumberbatch one, where he goes
yeah,
into his mind palace and stuff. I wonder if like that's how it's gonna work.
yeah. So I'm really looking forward to this game, man. It's definitely one of my most anticipated for the rest of the year.
So how long does Sam Lake's character live in this game?
He doesn't make it out of that first chapter.
He's dead in the
He's
first
not making it
chapter.
out of that first chapter. That deer man we saw, that thing's
Kills
killing
him.
him. Yeah,
Nice.
100%.
Oh no, poor Sam.
You could tell he's just there to be killed.
Yeah, just the partner that dies.
I would really love it if he is Max Payne, and then they just brutally murder Max
No
Payne in the
way.
first 30 minutes of this game.
They can't do that. They can't.
All right, next up then, Warhammer 40K Space Marine 2 coming out this winter.
Yeah, finally. I think that it was supposed to come out last year, right?
Is this the like first person one?
No, this is third person.
Oh, okay.
No,
I
you're
don't
talking
remember what
about
this
the
one
one that
was.
came out last year. What was the name of that one last year? It was like a kind of a Left 4 Dead type, where 4 player. That one came out last year,
Oh, did it? Okay.
first person.
A lot of Warhammer
Um,
games.
this one's a third person like shooter, action game.
Okay.
Looks really cool. Yeah, a lot of Warhammer game. I mean, they pump them out. There's multiple a year
Dude,
from
they just
everywhere.
keep throwing
They
these at you.
work with all these different studios to make all these. Like already got a Warhammer game this year, that bolt gun game, which I
Oh,
want
yeah,
to try.
yeah, yeah.
That
Was
game looks
the
awesome. The Doom
had
like.
the 16-bit style or whatever too. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It looked
Yeah.
like Doom. I want to play that game. It looks really cool.
Uh,
Yeah, Space Marines looks awesome. I think that's I think it's a Game Pass game as well.
is it?
Pretty sure.
Chernobyl didn't write that here. He has been on the other ones, but who knows? Maybe he missed it.
Yeah, maybe I'm mistaken.
Yeah. All right. Next game then. Yes, Your Grace Snowfall coming to Xbox, Switch, and PC in 2024. Daniel,
Yeah.
artsy indie game for you.
Yeah, Sloan played I don't know if he beat it, but he was playing it when the first game came out. 2021, I think.
Oh, this is a
I
sequel.
meant yes, this is a sequel.
To what?
They kind of hinted that in the beginning, where it's like they show the kingdom and then it all messes up. You play as like the king or whatever in the original game. It was on Game Pass, and like I said, Sloan ended up checking it out, and he said he liked it. I don't know how far he really got into it, but it looked pretty charming. This looks really interesting. There looks like they're doing a lot more with the narrative here, the
Okay.
kingdom falling or something.
Yeah, cool art style.
Yeah.
Next game then, Toxic Commando coming to everything sometime in 2024. This was the John Carpenter game, Daniel. which is interesting enough.
Yeah,
But I don't know how much involved he is with this game. I don't think he's like the game director or anything.
not as
But
much as we want, probably.
yeah, definitely not. But yeah, no, he's a huge fan of video games, so it's kind of cool to
He
see him
is, yeah.
stepping in that space a little bit.
Yeah, let John Carpenter make a Dead Space movie.
That's
Let
all
him
he
do that
wants,
finally.
right?
He
Hasn't he been
wants to do
asking
it.
for that for years?
Yeah, he wants to do it. Let him do it. Yeah, this game, I don't know. I don't know how to feel. There wasn't a lot of enough shown
It's a
for me.
multiplayer thing, right? So
It's like it seems to be like a four-player co-op shoot zombies type of thing.
okay.
I don't know. I don't know if it is more of a Left 4 Dead like as well. I do know that this is the team that made the World War Z co-op shooter, which was I played a little bit of that game. That game was pretty fun. It definitely punched up. Uh, yeah, we don't know enough. We know that there's like a vehicle you're in, so there might be some sort of travel and stuff. So I don't think we just saw enough to really judge.
Okay. Yeah, cool enough. I like that John Carpenter's hopping in the video games, but yeah, probably
Yeah.
not my type of game. Next we got a trailer for Baldur's Gate 3, still coming out on August 31st. Daniel, this will be the game where I'm like, oh god, I want to play this before the year's over, but I probably will not have time.
Yeah. I don't know. There's just too much to play.
It's too much. It's too much. This game looks awesome though. I think this team's probably gonna knock it out of the park again. So I know the game's really highly reviewed, so I think it's gonna be one of the better games of the year if I had to guess.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I've always wanted to play one of these, being a big D&D fan stuff.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I know this is very like I think Wizards of the Coast is involved with this. Like, so I think is just D&D. So like they have the classes and races and all that. So yeah, if there's time, this could always be a back burner game down the road. Like it is a franchise I've always wanted to try out.
Cool. Next up then, Spider-Man 2 got a release date of I was gonna say Octopath, October 20th, coming out on PS5. Daniel, the game director, came out, gave us that release date. There we go.
Yeah, finally, right? uh, are you actually going to play this game?
No, Daniel, I'm gonna skip out on Spider-Man 2. Yeah, no, no, it's a maybe for me. Yeah, of
Yeah,
course I'm gonna fucking play
Alan
this
Wake's
game.
coming out.
Yeah, unfortunately for Alan Wake, you will be put on the back burner until I'm done with Spider-Man 2.
Say your joke again, please.
What was my
Do
joke?
you remember your joke?
I don't remember my joke.
Your joke was like,
Oh,
uh,
Alan Wait.
yeah, it was. I forget how I was trying to figure out the exact wording.
Yeah,
Of like,
more like Alan Wait,
more
but
like Alan Wake.
you know,
Yeah,
October 20th. Here's what I'm thinking: October 20th, you play through Spider-Man, and then you beat it by the time Halloween rolls around. What is that? Like 11 days later, and then jumping out.
yeah, yeah.
Good little plan
So
there.
I'm going to ask you this then: why was this date not at the PlayStation Showcase? And was this a response to the negativity of the showcase?
No, I think they're trying to double dip here, get a little
Okay.
get a bit more hype going for not a bit more, but Summer Games Fest does really big numbers. It does bigger numbers than PlayStation Showcase.
Oh
So
yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
okay, just show the trailer here. You know, another pop for Spider-Man. You're getting another week of people just talking about Spider-Man, right? So, you know,
At least a little more, yeah.
I actually think it's kind of smart, right? Like have something at each of these, and it's like you can hold the release date for a week and a half, right? However long ago the PlayStation Showcase was, and then just announce it there because we were all wondering where's the release date, and now we're talking about Spider-Man again, right?
Yeah. It's nice to see Brian Intar out there. I like Brian.
Yeah,
He's
cool
a
guy.
cool guy. He's a game journalist too. I think he worked at Game Informer
Did he
before.
really? Wow.
Yeah, I think he
Okay.
was one of those journalists converted to big devs. So yeah, look good. The statue looks pretty cool for the collector's edition. It's like Venom like holding up Miles and Peter and stuff. It looks pretty
Big
cool.
old statue.
I don't like any of those like skins. They're like the skins with like the cape, like the suits with the cape and
Oh
stuff.
yeah,
They
so
don't look
many.
good to me.
No.
Yeah, I prefer more of a normal looking suit. Like I don't think those suits look good.
Yeah, I think they're gonna have a lot in this one because there was a lot in the just that pre-order bonus alone. So you gotta imagine how
Yeah.
many are gonna be in the actual game itself, and it's like,
Hopefully
no,
we get all the old ones, right?
yeah, I assume you will. I like the movie ones or whatnot, but mostly I just stick with the regular Spider-Man suits. I don't
I
really
like the
care too
white
much,
spider suit.
anyways. But the more the merrier with that type of stuff, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, can't wait. October 20th. Really happy it's not September.
Yeah, please.
Thank God. Next up, then we got Bow World coming out in early access sometime in 2024.
I don't
Then
remember this game.
yeah, I don't either too much. Got cool art style. Black Desert coming out in June 14th. Oh, it's expansion for that game. Excuse me.
Yeah, this game's been out for a long time.
Okay. Let's see here. You got Final Fantasy Ever Crisis on mobile, Daniel.
Yeah, that's a
What
weird
is this
trailer.
game? Why is it like episodic and stuff?
Well,
It's
it's
just
like a
it,
retelling of the whole lore between all the different games and stuff. So
that
it's
sounds
like
awesome. Put that on console.
it does, I know, but it's gonna have some weird mobile stuff. You're not gonna want this game,
Yeah, they're just gonna add in a bunch of like microtransactions and whatnot.
or just how the game is gonna be formatted. Like
Yeah,
I
with
don't
that
know.
episodic thing.
Yeah, I don't know. This is it's a big no for me, but it's cool that they're doing more Final Fantasy 7, I guess. I don't
Yeah, I guess it'd be a good idea when it like fully finishes. Maybe then you could put it on console, and maybe it's just kind of like a normal game. Like, that could be
Yeah.
cool. Yeah. All right. Well, we get more Final Fantasy VII later. So next, they showed a new trailer for Banisher's
Spoilers.
Ghosts of Eden coming out the end of this year. Daniel,
Yeah,
this is that Donut game.
yeah, I think we saw this again at the Game Awards. A little bit longer of a trailer here, a
Yeah.
little bit more here. Looks cool. I like the idea of I don't know if they're partners or anything, or they just kind of they work together or something. I'm not too sure, but it's one of them's a ghost and the other one's like vanishes them or banishes them. Seems interesting. And Don't Nod, like they always like to do other things like Vampire and stuff. So I, I don't know. I'd probably wait for reviews for it, but it seems interesting.
Yeah, if you remember, I think it was last year when Don't Not announced they're working on like 7 games or whatever, just
We're
a whole
seeing
shit
it.
ton. Yeah, like we're seeing it now, right? It's how big is that team? Because
I think they're probably bigger than we assume they
they
are.
gotta be huge if they're making all these
Yeah,
games all at once, right? Because
there
they,
can't be that many French studios,
yeah,
right? Like there can't be. Like they
yeah, I
got to
can't
be
even think
one of
of
the
another
biggest.
one really.
Yeah, they got to be one of the biggest French studios out there. So I'm sure that they're hiring a lot of devs in that area. So
All
yeah,
the French just roll through there at some point. You have to work on a Don't Not game.
yeah.
Next up, we got a new trailer for Like a Dragon, The Man Who Erased His Name, coming out November 9th on everything except Switch. Daniel,
So ready,
here you go. You get
dude.
another one
My
this
boy,
year.
my boy. Kiryu is back.
Ryu is back. What do you think of this trailer?
Fine. I mean, it. We already knew it exists and stuff. It was cool to see him in like a different suit and stuff because he's going undercover. I guess they're doing some other different fight styles and stuff. Like this is going to be more of a beat 'em up style, old school, um, Yakuza game. So yeah, I'm ready to play Kiryu again. I
Unfortunately,
like
that is the
Asuka,
reason
but
I am not into it. I just
yeah,
don't, I want that turn-based combat, man. You
I
give me
know
that turn-based
you'll
combat
get it.
back. Yeah, we'll talk about it later. But yeah, it's I'm probably gonna skip out on this one, but it looks cool. It's probably gonna
I'll
tie
tell
in
you what
pretty
happened.
heavily to 8, I imagine, or maybe it
Well,
ties back into 7. So
this is in between 6 and 7.
okay, so maybe it just
But
ties
but
only
this
into
could
7.
clarify more of maybe what's going to happen with him in 8.
8, yeah,
Because you don't get a spoilers. You don't get a lot of Kiryu in 7, but he is in 7.
yeah.
It's a big spoiler. But um, I assume whatever he's doing there in 7 kind of leads into 8, and that's probably a lot to do with this game. Why they felt like they needed to tell what he was doing.
Okay, yeah. You'll have to let me know what happens in this game
I
exactly.
will.
Okay, cool. Next up, they got some quick ones. Under the Waves coming out August 29th.
Oh
Call of
yeah,
Duty Season
that's a weird
4,
looking game.
coming out sometime soon. Warzone, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Free Foam coming out September 8th. Marvel Snap got an update. Any of those do anything for you?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Okay. They also showed off that Xbox Porsche or whatever the fuck that was.
Oh, it was the limited edition console or whatever.
Yeah. Only like 10 people in the world can get it. So it's like, all
Yeah.
right, whatever. Let's see here. I think we can just skip all that. Oh, that Wayfinder game coming out early access.
Oh
Don't know if
yeah,
there's
yeah.
any interest in that.
It seems interesting. I'll probably wait for reviews for it though.
Okay. Let's see. Anything else interesting? Yeah, there was kind of a dip in the whole show here, huh?
Yeah.
After all of this. Star Trek Infinite, no date, coming out on PC sometime. Don't know which one that was exactly. Oh, we got the Twisted Metal trailer, the Peacock show for
Oh
Twisted
boy.
Metal. Daniel, does this look like the best show of all time or what?
I don't even have words to say about this trailer was very bad.
It did look worse than I thought it would, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I want to say one positive thing,
Sure.
I thought Samoa Joe and like kind of the Sweet Tooth outfit and all that. I thought that looked pretty good.
Yeah, that was
I
on
thought
point.
yeah, I thought Sweet Tooth himself looked pretty good. But like, and I love Will Arnett. Like hearing his voice, like I don't know, they're definitely going in a more comedy route, but there was a big disconnect between hearing Will Arnett talk and then seeing Samoa Joe.
Yeah.
It was
It
a
was a little
big
off.
disconnect for me. Yeah, it just didn't feel right.
Yeah, I just don't get why was this the first thing shown, you
I
know? Like
don't
why
know.
not just
Where's
like
the
a
car
normal
stuff?
trailer? Yeah, like a normal trailer with like cutbacks to like something like this and the car stuff and all that cuz it's like, I don't
Why
know,
show
they're not
just
really
one
doing it
scene
for
like
me.
this?
Fucking Peacock, man. You can't trust these guys.
I mean, they did Halo, right?
Who
They're
owns
ruining
No, that was
everything.
Paramount.
Oh, that was Paramount. You're right. You're
Even
right.
worse.
Even worse.
Next we got a new trailer for Immortals at Abram, still coming out July 20th.
Yeah, are you gonna play this game? Is this up your alley? Like, I don't.
Mm.
It's kind
It's
of
a
a
wait for
new.
reviews for me, you
Okay.
know. Yeah. I don't think it'll review that highly. I don't know. This looks like it'd be a good one like on a sale, you know. Maybe towards the end
Yeah.
of the year more, pick it up for like 40 or 20 or whatever. It looks good enough. I'm happy it's being made, but yeah, not really doing it for me in terms of like super hype.
Yeah, I think the combat seems pretty interesting, and like I like seeing new IP, new worlds. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's probably a way for review as well. But this could be another game to put on the back burner.
Good on EA though, making shit like this.
Yeah,
EA has really turned around the last few years
it's
and
weird because
just made
they
a bunch of
have,
good shit. Yeah.
but they also are still doing, you know,
Yeah, I mean they
the
still do
bad
their
stuff.
bullshit, but that's what you want, right? It's like, okay, you can do all your get your money with your sports games and all that shit, but then just make cool shit on the side. I like that.
Yeah, if that's the compromise we have to have, right? I guess we'll do that.
No, we'll take it. We'll take it.
Yeah.
Next Fortnite Chapter 4 Season 3 Wilds got announced, coming out June 9th, so it's already out now. Daniel, I'm sure you already hopped in and did your dances or whatever. I don't know what the fuck you do in this game.
Of course I did. I mean, it's the only game
Great,
I play.
great, great. We should just become a Fortnite podcast.
I mean, I thought we were already.
And then Daniel, the last thing they showed, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth got a brand new trailer, a lot of gameplay in there, coming out early 2024 on 2 discs. Daniel. Two
Yeah.
discs.
Very weird they
Don't
needed to
forget the two
clarify that.
discs.
Who cares?
Who
Really? If it came
cares?
in
What
two
do you
discs,
mean?
it's fine. Doesn't matter.
That is the biggest marketing thing you could do. 2 discs? Come on now.
Is it really?
That's how you
Who
know it's a big
cares?
game, Daniel.
Oh, I'm
Two
sorry. I
discs.
didn't expect this open world game to be large.
Two discs.
Yeah, this was it was a great trailer. They really just teasing a lot of things. Like a lot of the voiceover work was really teasing stuff. Like don't really know what's going on. A lot of flashes of different things. Yeah, I don't know if it was like the greatest trailer we could have gotten for this game, even though it looked great. I just thought it was a little bit of a weird trailer. I kind of wish it was a little more standard trailer, but maybe this is just going to be that weird of a a sequel.
Oh, it's gonna be that weird. Yeah, I love
Yeah,
this. I thought this was a great trailer. It's probably my
yeah.
second favorite showing of the whole week, if I'm being
I'm
honest.
sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I cannot wait for this game. I'm super hyped for it. I love the trailer. The combat looks great. Everything about it, man, just looks fucking awesome. I
yeah,
just can't wait for this game. Early 2024, so I got kicked out of that
yeah.
possible 2023, but and I was
Probably
expecting that.
January, maybe.
Yeah,
It's gonna be
maybe
that early.
January, February fight, I guess.
Yeah, February maybe at the latest.
Hopefully early 2024 is packed now, so it's like, all
Yeah,
right, we're gonna be eating then. But yeah, this game looks awesome, man. It looks so good. Just the open world looked beautiful. Did you see any of the like side by side comparisons of parts from the original FF7 with this?
no, I haven't, but that's
Oh,
awesome.
it's just hilarious.
Yeah,
Like, cause it's just it's just like this plain field with just green and clouds standing there, and then there's just like beautiful image of all of them standing there. So, but yeah, man, I absolutely can't wait for this game. I love the whole thing they're doing with the story and like kind of doing a retelling and doing their own weird time travel shit. It's gonna be fun.
Sephiroth seems to know. I don't know. There's a lot going on.
Yeah, well, I mean, all the theories at the end of the last one are like, that like this is a different Sephiroth, and it is more of like, I think a lot of different shit's gonna happen.
What
I
seems
think
like it's the same, right? I don't know if he's different. Is it not like that he knew
it
he has
seems
done the
from
original
like
timeline
theory
as well?
videos I've seen and stuff like that. This Sephiroth in Final Fantasy VII Remake knows what's gonna happen. Like he's
Yeah,
been
or
through it
okay.
and all that. So it's I don't know. We'll have to see exactly where this story is going because they only really hinted at that at the end of well, I guess throughout the entire game of the original
Yeah.
FF7 remake, they kind of hinted at all this, but I think they're just gonna go deeper and deeper into it, and there's gonna be a lot of surprises for new and old fans of this game. I think.
Yeah, I wonder if they're gonna do the big death. I won't. I probably have spoiled it before, but I don't want to say it
I mean,
because
everyone
it's
knows it.
coming up. But
I think.
like, are they gonna do the big death, or
I
are they
think they're
gonna?
gonna change it. Like I think.
Yeah,
I
is it
mean,
gonna
a
be
lot
the
of people
other
off
one?
this trailer are really yeah, exactly. A lot of
It
people are
better not
really
be. I'm gonna
thinking
be
it's
very
Tifa.
upset.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
but
be
then there's like
very
a
upset.
possibility she could come back. I don't know. I think by the end of this trilogy, right? Like it could be completely different. Everyone could just be
Yeah,
alive. You know.
I
So
hope that that's where they go because
yeah.
I don't want either of them to
Well, I
die.
think you'll get a death at the end of this one, right? But then they could change it again in the third one. So we'll see.
That'd feel fake. I wouldn't want that. If you're gonna kill
Yeah,
somebody, kill him. You kill him.
you do like a cliffhanger kill at the end of this one. No.
We didn't see. I don't. Yeah, I was gonna say we didn't see Zach. Maybe it could be Zach. You know,
Again, yeah, Zach does
maybe
appear to be
Zach's the one
back.
that
So
dies,
yeah, he
right?
wasn't in this trailer at all,
He
but
wasn't in the trailer, but
certainly at
maybe
the end of that,
Zach's
yeah, could
Zach's the
die
one that,
then.
that eats it.
That'd be really cool. Yeah, I can't wait, man. One of my most anticipated games, just out of everything.
Yeah, for next year. I would say for next year, probably my most anticipated
Yeah, can't wait. Can't
that
wait
we
for that
know about.
combat to be back and all that. So
Yeah,
really looking forward to it. And that was the Summer Game Fest by Jeff Keighley. Pretty good show.
sure. So it was fine, solid.
Yeah. He did overhype the Final Fantasy trailer, especially with us all expecting it a little, because in the beginning of the show he opened it with like and stick around for the ending because I got
Yeah,
something big
that's
to show
true.
you. But it was like we were all kind of expecting Final Fantasy VII after all those tweets Square Enix was putting out last week. So
That's true. I didn't really connect them, but yeah,
yeah, it was just they were kind of leading up to it. I
true.
did like his DoorDash joke though. That was funny.
He knew what a what a little stinker, you know. He knew exactly what he was doing.
He's lucky he had the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth
I
trailer at the
know,
end
I
of that.
know.
Could you imagine if it wasn't there at all and he made that joke? Like, oh, we would all hate Jeff Keighley right now. Daniel, we are now going to move on to the Xbox showcase.
Okay.
Happened last Sunday. Daniel,
Yes.
your overall thoughts?
I thought it was a great showcase. I don't know if it was, perfect. I think that maybe maybe we'd all want a little bit more gameplay, but it always seems like no matter what Xbox really does, people want the opposite, right? Like we talked about going into this, like yeah, the one that was in 2021 had a lot of CG, and we really liked that showcase. But then it seemed like way too many people were like, "Oh, let's have more gameplay." And then 2022 was a lot of gameplay, big things of gameplay, and people were like, "Oh, that's too much gameplay." Yeah, and you're only doing for this year. Like, let's look more into the future. And then now it seems like, oh, maybe this is a little bit more of a mix, and maybe they could still work on that. But uh, yeah, overall, I think it was a great showcase.
You just retold the porridge story where it's like too hot, too cold, or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. The
They
porridge.
want the
Yeah,
one right in the middle. Yeah, no, for me this is the standard that all showcases should now be held up
sure.
to. I think this is like just pace wise,
It
uh,
was paced very well. Yeah,
pace wise, new announcements wise, old things coming back and getting a new look at them wise. This is like what you should look at if you want a great showcase. I think it's not perfect. I don't think it's like a 10 out of 10 showcase. I would give it probably like a 9ish out of 10 if I had to
yeah,
pick. I think the one thing it could have used to be like the perfect showcase, this is what it should be modeled after, is just one last big thing. Here's they kind of did it with the we'll talk about the games later, of course, but the Clockwork Revolution game,
yeah,
that but that being a new IP from a team that at least me I haven't experienced any other games, so but like as cool as that game looked, that was my game of the show. But it just didn't hit quite that bar of hype of like a new thing. You know, if you could have ended with like a Gear 6, a Fallout New Vegas 2, a Wolfenstein 3, a Doom whatever 3, one of those, you know, then I think it's the perfect showcase. That's exactly what you want. That one last big thing. But other than that, man, I thought it was just awesome. I thought it was, you know, again, the pacing was great. The new looks at everything was great. It just, you know, if you're PlayStation, Nintendo, all you guys, if you're looking at how to make a perfect showcase, look at this.
Sure. Yeah, I think I agree with you. They maybe they could have had one more last thing, but
Yeah, exactly. Just
um,
like that. I wanted Phil after he was done talking to be like, and here's one last thing from a far out
yeah,
project, you know, and
I
then
think
just
that
give me one
what
of
it
those.
was the Starfield thing though.
Yeah,
That
sure.
was kind of the last thing, and
Yeah,
it
and
was
that was
50
great, but
minutes of the
that
last thing.
rolled into a whole different Starfield
Yeah,
direct, right? It was just you give me that one last thing, and it could have just been Gear 6, and I feel like that's hype enough, right? But like if it would have been like Fallout New Vegas 2 or something like that, this would have been like one of my favorite showcases of all time. But I still think it was just absolutely great.
yeah, definitely.
Okay, cool. Let's go over the entire thing, Daniel. First off, they kicked off the new Fable game. Got a new trailer for that. Little snippets of gameplay in there, you know,
Yeah, I heard
some
people
over the
saying there
shoulder
wasn't.
stuff.
Like, I don't know what people were watching. I saw gameplay in there.
It was
They
there. I
showed
do agree it wasn't like enough,
it
right?
needed
Like
more.
we'll
Yeah.
talk about the Avowed trailer later. I thought that was like perfect. That was what I
Yeah.
wanted from
Yes.
all of them, right? Like just
Definitely.
where you have good amounts of gameplay in that whole thing. But you know, they did show the over the shoulder stuff and it looks beautiful. It was mostly like cutscenes, right? But you know, I think what they did show looked absolutely beautiful.
The guy from the IT crowd, I always forget his name, doing like the narrating.
Portuguese IT crowd? I don't even know. I've
Yeah,
never seen
the
that man
British
in my
show,
life. It's a
British
British
comedy.
show. Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
very well liked British comedy. Um, he's one of the main characters.
But yeah, I'm a big Fable fan, so seeing this just brought a smile to my
Just do it for
face.
you.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Good.
It's got a different tone than the past Fable games have. You know, it's
Less
got
whimsical.
a lot of yeah, exactly. Less whimsical. It's you know, it's got the humor down. I think this has more humor than any of the Fable games did have. You know, the just
Okay.
like I mean, who knows when the full game actually comes out, but like this has way more of a sense of humor than the last Fable games have. The last Fable games were like they were silly, but it wasn't like cutscene focused on just like silly stuff and trying to put on a comedy thing. This looked like it was like really leaning into the comedy and a bit more darker than I'd say the other Fable games were, you know? Just
Yeah, I mean they got a soft reboot, right? Like they
yeah,
gotta
exactly. But no, I'm
show
happy
something
that it's
new.
not they're not trying to exactly copy what was the last developer? Lionsgate,
Lion
right?
Gate.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm happy they're not just copy and pasting their exact Fable games, right? But this
Yeah.
looks awesome. I think, you know, it's probably further out than we were all expecting, I think.
125 probably at this
Yeah,
point,
probably 2025. So, but
which
yeah,
is okay.
you know, you can really see that playground tech there, right?
I
Of
was
how
I was
good it
thinking
looked,
that.
right?
Yeah. I know this is a new team within Playground. I guess they have two teams now, but this is that Forza Horizon engine at work. Like
Yeah,
it really shows. It looks great.
you can really tell with like the sunlight and all that too.
Yeah. Yeah, that lighting's gonna be fantastic.
But yeah, very funny trailer. So really look forward to this game. Probably get a deep dive into it next year at their showcase, I'd assume. So
Yeah. So yeah, probably really pop it off next year and
with
then
this,
2025.
yeah. All right, cool. Next game they showed new game South of Midnight by Compulsion Games. No release date or anything, and this one was the one that got the most like CG cutscene, I'd say.
Yeah, they said it was all in game still.
Sure,
Like the
but
cutscene
it
was
was just a
in game.
cutscene, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool vibe. Love the music. Love the southern, vibe. Um, that creepy man with his little guitar, a little acoustic
A lot
guitar.
of giants at this showcase, huh?
Back to back too.
Yeah.
uh, yeah, I thought the main character when she pulled out that little like weave thing and she like did I don't know what she's gonna do with it. Some sort of spell casting. I don't know. Looked pretty cool. I'm very curious about this game.
Yeah, I love the art style. Love the overall tone to it. I was a
Yeah.
little worried when they were talking. I was like, "Oh, is this gonna be like some four-player multiplayer thing?" Because like she said something about her friends or whatever, and I was like, "Oh no, like don't do that to me." But it sounds like from the Xbox Wire post that this is a third-person single-player game, so
Yeah.
that's good. Yeah, need to see a bit more. I want to see the
Mhm.
gameplay, how that art style looks exactly when you're running around and stuff. But really cool tone. So looking forward to seeing what Compulsion does.
Yeah, this is probably also 2025.
Yeah, you gotta imagine, right?
Mhm. I think they're
But
setting it up.
yeah, who knows? I also wonder if this is a smaller type game, you know, more of a Hi-Fi Rush Pentiment type size than the other
Um,
ones.
I mean, I don't think it's going to be a smaller game in general, just because it's just not what the studio does. But I don't think I don't.
Is this a full $70 AAA game? Is my question. You know,
Yeah,
you think so?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
hyping it up much more than like a Hi-Fi Rush. So I would say yes. They look at it as a AAA game.
Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't, but you know, we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, I don't know how large that team is too. So yeah, I can't say for sure.
Yeah, I don't think they're too big. Where are they located?
I'm not sure.
Somewhere in Europe, I think.
UK maybe.
Yeah. All right. Next one they showed, we got our first trailer for Star Wars Outlaws, being made by Ubisoft. I believe Massive is developing this as well.
Hmm.
Daniel, another Star Wars game. Let's go.
Oh yeah,
We
this
obviously get a
game.
big look at this game at the Ubisoft Forward, so we'll talk about it
Yeah,
more there. But yeah, Daniel, this is hype, right? This is a good
yeah,
way
this
to open
game.
the show, right? With these three.
Yeah, this game looks great. Love kind of this era that they're tapping into, which we don't really go into too much, which is in between episode 5 and 6. Get right in between, Han. Like they actually show Han in Carbonite in one
Oh,
shot.
that was Han.
I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be in
Oh,
between 5 and 6, right? Like this is the few years in
I thought they
between.
just said 4 and 5.
No,
Or
I
I
think
thought
this
they
is between
did. They say
Empire and
5 and 6.
Jedi.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
How long is the
So
gap there?
I think it's 5 years.
Really?
Yeah, or 3 years or something. There is a few years in between Empire
I
and.
thought the longer gap was 4and 5.
No, I
No.
think it's the
Okay.
other way. Yeah.
Okay.
So I think there's a few years there, but yeah, our character, I think her name was Kay, if I got that right. Kay
I
something.
believe so. Yeah.
She looks really cool. I like a little puppy, alien puppy dog with you. Love
Whatever
that
that
little
is.
thing. Little freak. Love it.
Got a
Um,
weird smile on him.
Yeah, it was a little freak, but little cute little freak. Yeah, she looks cool. I love bounty hunters. She's very Han-like, cool.
Yeah,
Game
I
looked great.
know. Last week when we were doing our predictions, I said this would be like a Jedi game again. I'm happy it's not. I'm happy this is a
Yes.
bounty hunter thing. I'm kind of get that other side of the Star Wars world since we already got Fallen Order and Survivor and stuff with the Jedi side. Kind of get this same era, but with bounty hunter type stuff. The Outer Rim type stuff as well is really cool. So we'll talk about this game more when we get to the Ubisoft Forward. But yeah, I really like this trailer, and it was a hype thing to kick off this show with.
Yeah, I didn't expect it to be at the Xbox showcase, right?
Yeah, me neither. Yeah, they must
Did
have
not.
locked down the marketing for that. But
Yeah,
yeah,
seems
very
like it.
cool. Very cool that it was there. Next then we got 33 Immortals. Coming Game Pass day one. In 2024. Daniel, this is made by the Spiritfarer guys. Looked
Yeah, this
interesting.
game looks great.
Yeah,
Like visually, like they got that Spiritfarer. They also did Jotun. Do you remember that top-down kind of
I
like
don't remember that
game?
one. No,
It also
was
has a
that kind
very
of like this then?
yes ish, and it has that similar art style that they kind of keep, that kind of hand drawn art style. I'm not crazy about it being kind of a 33 player like raid type
I was
Hades.
gonna ask, are you gonna gather 32 of your closest friends and play this?
Yeah, of course. I might play it, but it being on Game Pass is going to help it a lot. I'm wondering if this studio is also working on something else, or is this their big thing? Because I would assume they'd make another single player game. So I don't know.
Yeah, probably. Maybe they got two separate teams there. Because Spiritfarer didn't come out that long ago. Was that 2022?
2021 or 2020?
Regardless, it was in the last couple years, so it's like
Yeah,
they must
three
have
years
like two
ago,
separate teams going on or something like that. Yeah, it looks
maybe.
cool. It's I don't even know 32 people, so I don't know how the fuck I'll play it. But I'm assuming you could just hop in a match or
Yeah,
whatever with other people. So yeah, it looked cool enough. Not really my cup of tea, but it's cool to see Xbox putting on indies on this big stage.
yeah.
Next we got a first look at Payday 3 coming out September 21st. A big get for Game Pass here with
Oh yeah.
Payday 3.
Payday is a huge franchise, especially
Yeah.
two. Like, it was supported
Not
for
yeah, I remember
so
too.
long.
Like a lot of people were on to for a long time.
Yeah, it being on Game Pass is awesome. Payday's just big. Yeah, Payday's a cool series. I like Payday a lot. I like the idea of you know getting in there trying to rob this bank without firing a gun. It was a little weird that a lot of the trailer was like so much combat
Yeah.
when it's like in my head, like that's not really payday. Like payday when you're fighting like that, you're losing. Like you want to get in there, put everybody down, tie them up, get somebody's doing the drill, getting into the safe and stuff, and you're taking the bags, you're trying to safely do it. Take out all the cameras, like you're actually trying to like perform a job there. And if you're fighting, like it went wrong, but they're really like showing a lot of the shooting. I don't know. That was a little off, I guess, for me.
Yeah, I remember my first time seeing 2. I was like, "Oh, they made the opening of the Dark Knight a game. That's cool."
Exactly. That's exactly right. Yes.
I'm like, wow, great idea. Yeah, again, not really my cup of tea, but a huge get for Game Pass. I can definitely recognize
Yeah.
that, and I think a lot of people will be on it through that, right?
Yeah. I give it a bump day one.
For sure. Next, then, Daniel, the one no one was expecting, Persona 3 Reloaded, coming out in early 2024. Got confirmed coming to everything, besides
Mhm.
Switch actually. But this is also a Game Pass day one.
Yeah. Very very excited to play this. Like I started 3, stopped because something else was coming out or whatever. So I'll play this version. Look better. So
Yeah,
I'll play this
I
one.
don't know if you saw, but IGN accidentally leaked like big gameplay for this. Like they sat down and played it and like it had an interview with
Oh,
directors and stuff like that. Yeah, I think they took it down now, but it looks just like Persona 5. Like it really does.
awesome.
The graphically and just running around that world and stuff. So yeah, this looks great, man. I can't wait to play this because I didn't check out that Persona 3 whatever it's called, the
Portable.
portable that got ported earlier this year. So I'm definitely all over this. Hopefully it's the first Persona game I actually complete, but
Oh,
who knows with
you
how
gotta
long
beat
these are.
5. Gotta beat
I know
5.
I will.
And
Oh,
I need to play
maybe
4
now
as
I
well.
can go 3, 4, 5. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that sounds fun to
Um,
me. But I
it
know
really
there's
seems like they're keeping the vibe for this though, which
yeah,
is cool. You know, keeping the music and the vibe.
yeah. I know everyone complains about like the one section in this game. I forget what they call it. It's like the weird dungeons or
Oh,
whatever.
Tartarus.
Yeah, I know a lot of people complain about
Um,
that. So I wonder if they completely changed that in this.
it's because it's like it's not a rogue light, but I'll use that term of like it randomizes kind of how it goes each floor and stuff, and it just kind of looks the same and everything. So I wonder, I don't know, like in Persona 5 they had mementos, and that's very like all the areas generally kind of look the same. And you had to go through mementos, so this was the first one that I guess did that. I don't. Yeah, maybe they'll do a little bit of changes to it. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, be very curious to see what changes and what doesn't in this game. But yeah, awesome. It's getting a full fledged remake here.
Yeah.
It was a shame this leaked,
I
like right
know.
before it. Yeah,
People would have popped
would have been
so
a big
hard if,
pop. Yeah,
yeah,
fucking
they didn't.
Atlas themselves
They
leaked it
did it
on
to
Instagram.
themselves.
Like, how do you do that? How does that happen?
Crazy, crazy.
All right. Next, Daniel, we got our first lengthy trailer for Avowed coming out in 2024. Got confirmed for that. Obsidian's next big game. Daniel, what did you think?
This game looks so good. I love Obsidian. I like that they're doing these smaller RPGs. Um, their humor just it's always on point for me. This looks great. I'm very excited.
Yeah, I thought it looked awesome too. I really like the magic combat going on here.
Yeah,
Looks like
it looks so cool.
they're really leaning into that, and like I think Mr. Maddie was talking about this. Skyrim, Elder Scrolls in general has never really been able to nail magic combat. It's like they
Just kind
have
of
it.
shooting stuff.
Yeah, they have it and all, but it's always like you're just shooting like a beam or like an ice ball or whatever the fuck. This looked like it was you're really like changing the world with the combat and stuff like that too. So that looks awesome. The story sounds interesting. It sounds like you're getting a lot of power more than majority of people in this world have. I don't really know. I don't know the Pillars of Eternity universe that well, so
Yeah, me neither.
yes, I don't know exactly what's going on there. Character models look great, I thought,
Yeah,
and there was the one green guy he was just talking to
yeah.
straight up. Yeah, I thought that looked
Very
awesome. And
fish-looking person.
yeah, we got a bit more information at the extended whatever they called that, the extended showcase. And yeah, it does sound like this is more of a smaller RPG again, sort of outer world size, interconnected open world areas and stuff like that. So that's cool. That's awesome. This will be a really nice thing to hold us over until Elder Scrolls 6, kind of in the same way that Outer Worlds held us over until Starfield, right?
Yeah. Do you think that this means the Outer Worlds 2 is a little bit bigger, or you think they're gonna also kind of keep the same small vibe?
It sounds like there's two separate teams. No,
Yeah,
I think Outer Worlds 2 would be probably the same size, I'd imagine. I
keep
think
it keep it a smaller RPG. Yeah,
yeah, I think Obsidian it sounded like they were going to make this a bigger Skyrim size thing, but they kind of changed paths on this and
I think it's smart.
yeah, and ended up I think they just kind of leaned in. They were like, "Okay, we don't need to make Skyrim or anything like that. We can be Obsidian and make our own style of RPGs."
Bethesda's a
Yeah,
brother company or
exactly.
sister
They
company.
got
Yeah,
that handle. We don't need to do that. We can make these, 40-ish hour RPGs be just fine with that. And that's great. I don't need them to go after the Skyrim size games.
yeah.
But it does sound like there's two separate teams here, one working on Avowed and one working on Outer Worlds 2. So I don't think Outer Worlds 2 will be that far off, honestly.
5 is what I'm guessing.
Yeah, could be 2026 right around there, So yeah, I don't think that's as far off as you'd think. I don't think it's like this team's got to wait until they're done with Avowed and then hop on
They're
Outer Worlds 2.
a pretty big studio, and they are always working on multiple things all
Yeah.
the time. So
Yeah, looks awesome, man. That magic combat really got me. So
yeah,
I'm thinking early 2024. I really am.
yeah, it could be. And
With the amount they showed off for this, like I'm thinking like this could be March, April.
get in the spring. Sure.
Yeah, I'm hoping, man. That'll be
Yeah.
awesome. Next, then Daniel, they showed off the Sea of Thieves DLC for the Secret of Monkey Island. This was
Yeah.
a bit of a surprise.
Yeah, I didn't expect that. Once I saw the Lucas Arts, I was like, wait, what are they getting now with Sea of Thieves? Yeah, it looks great. I played Monkey Island, the was it the Curse of the Monkey Island, and that game was awesome. Or no, it was the Return, or what I forget what
It was
whatever that
Return.
one. It was Return.
Yeah,
Return to Monkey Island. I really like the game, and it seems they're getting the same voice actor to do Guybrush again. So yeah,
it was
it
like the
is.
same island, right? The what they call that island, Skull
Um,
Island or whatever.
well, there's 2 islands. I
Oh,
mean,
is
there's
there? Okay.
Monkey Island,
Oh, Monkey Island. That was it.
which is
Now
that's kind of where
Return
you're
to Monkey
going.
Island. It all comes together now.
Yeah, the main island that's like where all the characters and where they are in there is called Melee Island.
Gotcha. Okay.
So that's kind of where a lot of like a big chunk of the game is. But like in return, there are other places you go to, little other islands and stuff.
We'll team up.
Um,
They're just taking every
yeah,
pirate property
yeah.
and being like, all right, we'll make a DLC out of you. Skull and Bones next, Daniel?
Whoa, the crossover of the
The
century.
crossover.
Let's
Skull
go.
and Bones and Sea of Thieves.
Let's go.
That'll be the most relevant Skull and Bones ever is, Daniel.
Just riding in the back of Sea of Thieves.
Yeah. That's what they do. They just cancel Skull and Bones and like, it's in Sea of Thieves now. You guys are fine. Next, Daniel, we got an announcement for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Come day one Game Pass. Daniel, Flight Simulator.
Yeah, they added a lot to this game.
Yeah, I didn't know. Do they always do like yearly editions? I feel like they
no,
don't.
I mean the first one came out what 2020,
Was that then?
and
Yeah.
then it came to 2021. I think was the console version, but so it's already been a few years. But like, man, Asobo is just like, what's this team doing? They are
Who knows?
crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I really like after this Activision Blizzard stuff, is done. They need to like put a ring on Asobo.
Oh, for sure.
I think
How
soon.
haven't they already with
I
them
know.
being the carriers of Microsoft Flight Simulator now? It's like
Just that
you
alone,
definitely
right?
have to buy them at some point.
But they just put out a game last year.
Yeah.
One of our favorite games last
Yeah,
year.
they must just have two separate teams going there, right?
They have to be a huge studio, I assume. And their tech is just crazy. Whatever they're doing over there. Between planes and looking at Amicia's face, I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
I thought
crazy.
they were going for like Top Gun Maverick type shit going on
There is some jets or something.
There are.
There's a lot of crazy stuff in that game.
Okay.
In the 2024. So yeah. Cool for those fans. They're getting a brand new, awesome looking game.
Hold on here. Knoble's fucking threat stopped after this. So we might have to find a different showcase recap.
Are you sure it doesn't continue?
Where does it continue?
Does he reply to it and continues?
There isn't the show replies. That was on the Summer Games Fest one too, and it was show replies. But
I thought that I found the right one.
Okay, hang on. I'll have to find a different recap real quick.
Okay.
You remember what was next after this?
Good question. Off the top of my head, I don't.
Don't.
Was it
Okay.
was it the Towerborn game?
Could have been. We
Is
could
that
talk about
right around
that
this?
right here if not. Yeah, Towerborn got announced by the what is that developer's name?
Good question. What is their name?
On three loaded Microsoft Flight Simulator. Oh, they announced the Dune. Okay, so hang on, I found a new one, so
Okay.
we're good. We will talk about Towerborn in a bit because next they showed the Dune expansion for Flight Simulator, which was cool.
Right.
And then next we got the trailer for Senua's Saga Hellblade 2 was the next big
Gotcha.
trailer that we got.
Yes.
Daniel, Hellblade
Yes.
2, it's here. Coming out 2024. Fortunately, not hitting that 2023. That's okay. We'll get
It's
this
okay. That was
eventually.
hopes from us. That was hopes from
It
us.
was definitely hopes. The actress came out. She talked a little bit. This was the weird one to me. This is the one where, because she said the whole thing about showing gameplay, right?
Yeah, like they
And
already
then
did, right?
yeah, and then this was really just another cutscene. It was awesome. Don't get me wrong. It sets the tone of this game really nicely. But I really want to see what the combat is exactly because Hellblade 1 was more of a double A game, right? And the combat was fun and stuff, but I'm really expecting this to be a big step forward and be a big
We
triple A
considered an
game.
indie game at the time.
Exactly.
Very small team worked on it.
So I'm really expecting this to be a full-fledged $70 AAA game and like really advance the combat, advance the story, all of that stuff. And they just didn't show the combat again, which kind of weirds me out a little. I'm like, what? Why didn't we get
I
that?
don't know if it's going to be a huge focus. I think it will have its combat. I just don't know if that's what Ninja Theory is doing with this series. You know,
I get
I
that, but
could
the
be
first game
wrong.
had a lot of combat, like a lot,
Yeah,
and it was
and
there are puzzles and stuff too. It's a lot of focus on that and stuff, and of course the main focus is the story and
yes,
Senua as a character. I get
characters.
that,
Yeah,
but like, I'm expecting this to be what probably twice as long as the last one.
I
Especially with
don't
how
think so.
long you don't think so. I mean, how long was the last one? Like 6 hours. You're not expecting 12 hours out of
Oh,
this.
well, in my head, I was thinking the other one was already like 8 or 10.
Yeah,
Was it
no,
shorter than
it
that?
was shorter than that. Yeah, I played through it
Okay.
twice. It was like six
Then
hours, so
yeah,
it's
then I
like,
probably would.
yeah, I would expect right around 12 hours. I would expect like 15-ish if I'm being honest.
I think they don't want to go too long. They want to keep a certain atmosphere.
Sure.
But if I'm going to hypothesize a little bit here, I think we're both, I think at this point, kind of agreeing. Avowed's probably the first game coming out, probably in the spring. Then
I just assumed that from
they're
what
going
they
to
showed,
show,
right?
but I think they're going to be at either going to be a Game Awards or going to be their next showcase is going to be a more of a gameplay blowout. Maybe they'll
Mm.
do. Maybe if I'm gonna, I'll just predict it myself. Is I think that the next showcase will have a Hellblade direct, and it will have a bigger chunk of stuff, and they'll show maybe more of the gameplay because it's not like it was fine gameplay in Hellblade, but it's not like Ninja Theory isn't good at doing gameplay. Like, did anybody play Enslaved? That gameplay is fun. What about DMC Devil May Cry? That gameplay system is awesome. It feels so good. It's probably one of the and other than maybe Devil May Cry 5, it's probably my favorite feeling Devil May Cry game, and that's people kind of don't look at DMC too highly, but I love that combat system. So they can do it.
And that's
Um,
exactly why I was disappointed in the trailer. Is
yeah,
like I am expecting like awesome combat to be in this game again. I thought the last game's combat was just very basic. It was really fun, but
yeah.
it was like a basic Souls game, right? Pretty much. And so I'm really expecting this to take it up to the next level, and they just didn't show any of that.
Yeah, I agree with you.
But
Yeah,
again, I
but
really like the tone. I really like where they're
I
going with the
do. Yeah,
story.
that's what I
It's
was saying.
I can't wait
Because
to
we really
continue
haven't
this character's story.
gotten so if you think about how we've seen this game, right? It's like, okay, teaser, it was kind of that the more chanting teaser, and just kind of a teaser, right? There wasn't a lot in that teaser. And then the second time or whatever, we saw that big chunk, but it was more gameplay focused, right? It was a lot of people. They were leading this big
See, that
giant
that's
guy
what
and
was weird about what she said
um
is like she said that
yeah,
that was cinematic and this will be gameplay. That's
but
almost switched around. We almost got more gameplay in the last one than we
we
did in
did. It
this
was like
one.
6 minutes, that
Yeah.
last thing. But the nice thing about this though is we actually get to see what makes Hellblade Hellblade is like her dealing with her psychosis, right?
Sure.
We don't. This is the first time I think we've really gotten to see it, and I think that's probably why they wanted to show it like this. Like, I think they still wanted to say, "Hey, the DNA is here," and they're going to expand on it more, and they're going to deal with her still dealing with it, right? Like, You don't just get out on the other side of it like she did in the first game and she's fine, even though she's improving her life. She's still dealing with it. And I think that's probably why they chose to do that.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. But yeah, regardless, I think next time we see this game, we got to get a date. If I had to guess, I'm thinking summerish now. Next summer, probably like June
Mm,
through August, right around there. If I had to guess,
I'm gonna guess October.
October all the way then.
Yeah,
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 yeah, I could see that too. Well, the Matt Booty guy did say he wants to hit 4 big games a year, so I'm assuming he
yeah,
has a plan for that already. And I'm
yeah.
assuming one of the ones that didn't have a 2024 at the end of it will probably hit next year. Who knows which one exactly? But oh, you fell out again, Daniel.
So what just happened? I didn't click anything.
You just disappeared on me.
I didn't do anything. It just took me out.
But
Discord weird.
yeah, the
Go ahead.
Discord's fucking us up today. But yeah, nonetheless, if he's trying to hit 4 big games a year, I would
I
assume
think summer's Towerborn.
you think Summer's Towerborn. Okay,
Yeah, I
so
think that's probably like June,
there would
July.
still need to be one more, right? Is my point here.
Yeah,
Is so
yeah,
yeah,
for
I don't
sure.
know.
Well, we know the four then, right?
What's
Avowed,
that?
Towerborn, Flight Sim, Hellblade.
Do they count Flight Slim?
That's a good question. Or do they
Yeah,
count Towerborn? I don't know.
I think Towerborn. They own that company, right? That developer.
I don't think so.
You don't
Who
think
was
so?
that?
Okay. The Banner Saga guys.
I'll get there. No, they don't own the Banner Saga team.
They don't. Okay.
No.
Oh, that's interesting then. Yeah, so maybe that will be the four. I would hope they can get another one in, but we'll see.
Yeah, maybe they don't count that one.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay, cool. We'll move on from Hellblade then. 2024. Very much looking forward to it. Next then, Daniel, this is a good one. We got Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth trailer coming out early 2024. Daniel,
mhm.
love the tone to this. Love the sense of humor to
Come
this.
on.
Ichimon's back. Can't fucking wait.
Yeah. I mean, he's not Kiryu, but I do like Kasuga a lot. Yeah, it's really funny tone. I'm curious where they're trying to go with this story. This is not what I expected for him to, apparently we think he's in America, right? And I don't think they haven't really confirmed anything yet. I don't think, but him being there is interesting, and like not having the crew is interesting. Like, so him being in America in Hawaii is what the presumably it's like, okay, so we're gonna get the dual people, right? Kiryu's gonna be doing whatever he's doing in Japan, and then he's gonna be someone in Hawaii doing something. So I don't know.
I
There's
would,
still a lot of questions,
yeah,
you
I
know.
don't know. That's a good point. I hope they both end up in Hawaii. I want the whole game to be set in Hawaii. That sounds awesome to me.
I
Like,
mean, he's going to probably be the main part. I don't know how they're gonna do it because like in Zero, it is pretty split. It's like, okay, 2 chapters of Kiryu, two of Majima, and then you're
mm.
just two of two, and then the game's over.
Yeah, I guess
So it
they
is
have done
pretty
this
split.
before then, huh? Yeah.
They have done, but they have also done in like 4 and 5, you playing with multiple characters, right? So they're kind of just, they also doing little chapters and stuff. So I don't know if they're going to try to split it again and be 50-50. Then I don't know about that. Or is it just going to be every now and then you'll hop into Kiryu? I'm not sure.
I
Yeah,
wish
there's a
it
lot
was
of
just all
questions.
Ichiban personally. But yeah, nonetheless, taking
What
place
blasphemy.
if it does take place fully in Hawaii, which I'm assuming it does. I don't know why you'd have this whole trailer in Hawaii if it didn't,
It's
but
Kiryu doing his own thing.
yeah,
I mean,
maybe it's like a prologue thing takes place in Hawaii or something like that. I don't know. Because it is kind of weird to take Yakuza out of Japan.
it
I,
is.
I,
I
I can
know.
agree with that. I see fans' standpoint on that. That is a little odd, but it being
But that's what
Hawaii is
Kiryu's for, right?
yeah, exactly.
If
So
he's
maybe
there.
he's in Japan and then
Yeah.
Ichimon's in Hawaii the whole time. That sounds fun to me. I don't know. Just
Where's the crew?
a new place that they're in there, right? I think when we saw those screenshots, we saw a couple of the guys from the crew.
I haven't seen any screenshots. Is there new screenshots?
No, there was that. You remember like when this game first got revealed through like that magazine or whatever?
Oh, we did get a shot of the cop guy.
Yeah,
I can't remember his name.
I can't either now. But nonetheless, they're gonna be in the game, right? So I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe
we
they
hope so.
all go to Hawaii or something. Who knows?
Go vacay in Hawaii.
Yeah, go vacation in Hawaii. I don't know. I love the idea of a new scenery like that though, in Hawaii and stuff. So yeah, this game's gonna be awesome, man. Early 2024 with the JRPGs in early 2024. Daniel, we
No,
got
I know.
we got FF7 Rebirth, you got Persona 3 Reloaded, and this all early 2024. That's a lot.
Yeah, yeah. It's we're getting a lot of RPGs just out of Xbox. It's like they've always been known as like a shooter publisher and stuff,
Yeah, I mean,
and
we'll
make shooter
we'll
games.
talk
But
about more later, but like,
it's just
dude, if you're into Western RPGs, you gotta get
they'll
an
have it
Xbox.
unlocked. It's unlocked.
I mean, the only ones they're missing are BioWare and CD Projekt Red.
That's it.
Like, that's really it. Everyone else they
And I mean,
own.
they're getting they're getting both of those on the console.
Yeah,
It's
no,
not
they
like they're
are.
you know.
Yeah, yeah,
It's like
yeah. It's just if you're a Western RPG fan, you have to get an Xbox.
I mean, that's kind of a good niche for them to carve out for themselves, right? Like they people want more from them, and if they're going to carve out, where not only do we still have some of the best FPS games, um, exclusive, we're going to carve out a bunch of Western, make us the Western RPG box as well. Like that's pretty smart.
Yeah, that's a hell of a thing to own, honestly.
Yeah,
That's a hell of a market to own because we don't necessarily get a lot of those, you know? It's like there's certain things you can consider Western RPGs that really aren't, but even Fable's kind of on that line to me, but just owning Bethesda Game Studios and Obsidian alone, it's just like that's huge.
yeah, definitely.
Next then we got a new Capcom game, Gami, Path of the
Something like
Goddess.
that.
Something like
Yeah.
that. Danielle, this was interesting.
Very weird looking game. Like
Yeah.
it's
Cool art
awesome. New
style.
Capcom, yeah, cool art style. New Capcom IP. Like you love to see Capcom out there killing it, So it's like, man, if Capcom's putting this in, like this is going to be probably a pretty good game. So a very interesting action game. Plays some sort of ninja. Looks like some weird future ninja thing. Very colorful. Very colorful game.
Yeah, Capcom hasn't missed as of late, so very interested to see what this ends up being exactly. But yeah, cool to see Capcom making new IPs still.
Yeah.
Next we got a lengthy trailer for Forza Motorsport 7. Got an official release date of October 10th, 2023, coming out later this year. Daniel, looks beautiful.
Say it one more time.
Forza
Whatever you just
Motorsport
said.
7.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know why. Whatever you just said just went through right out.
Discord.
I
Discord is
zoned.
not
No, it
working
wasn't
with us
Discord.
today. Oh,
No, no,
okay.
no, no. It wasn't. It was me.
It was
That
you.
one was me.
Oh, you
It
just
went.
spaced
It
out,
went
huh?
right through.
Okay. Well, that's what happens when you start talking about cars.
No, it's not the car. I like more of the Horizon stuff. So like this game looks great, and I am so happy that people getting their simulation racers. Like there is a hardcore audience for it. So it's just I'm not. If I'm gonna play, I'll play a more arcadey racer.
For sure, not my cup of tea either, but definitely a huge market for racing games, so I
Oh
get
yeah.
it.
I mean, Forza's kind of the premium brand now. I mean, people still love Gran Turismo, and it's been a long, going series for sim racers. But like Forza's kind of taken that mantle for the past little
Yeah,
while
I'd argue they did that a while ago at this point.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of like been a decade of
And
Forza
then they
really
also
having that
carved out
mantle.
that arcade as well, right? Like they kind of have
Yeah, with
a
the
two
Horizon.
pillar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Gran Turismo would be very smart to make an arcade one like that.
They should. Yeah.
Yeah,
But was Sport more arcadey? I don't remember.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it was. So they'd be very smart to have like two separate franchises going like that as well.
Yeah, I wonder if PlayStation's looking kind of at Horizon
At
and
that, yeah,
maybe
yeah,
thinking about
that'd be a
that.
really
It,
good
it
idea.
would be smart for them. Yeah.
Next we got a new trailer for Overwatch 2 Invasion. This is I'll let you handle this. Some sort of DLC coming to Overwatch 2. I don't know
Yeah, it's the
exactly what
new
it is.
season.
August 10th.
Yeah, it's gonna be the new season and stuff. Yeah, they talked about some hero missions and some new maps and stuff, some new skins. It's gonna be a big season for them.
Okay.
Not I don't think a lot here, but it's interesting. Like they're getting Blizzard stuff here.
Yeah, yeah, very. I mean that and Phil's shirt, right? It's like, okay, what you hinting at there,
Yeah,
Phil? You getting this
getting
done?
that Activision property.
Next, another new Atlas game, Persona 5 Tacticia, I believe it was called. Tactica?
I think it was Tactica. I think,
Tactica?
yeah.
Okay. Tachia.
Chia.
Daniel, this is a strategy game, another Persona 5 spin-off. Coming out later this year, November 17th.
It's like almost on top of Gaiden, like a Dragon Gaiden. It's like you gotta be kidding me because this game looks awesome. This looks right up my alley. I love Persona 5.
You into this, yeah?
Yeah, this looks so cool. Just game's gotta stop. Can we stop at
Just
any
for the
point?
year, we're done. We're done.
No
Oh,
more
I know. I thought we
releases.
were good, but then we'll talk about it later. Then that Avatar game got a date, and I was like, "Oh, fuck
Yeah,
you guys!
yeah.
Why you guys got to do this?"
End of the year.
Yeah. Did you like this art style and stuff? I gotta admit, I wasn't too into it.
It's not the it doesn't stand out as much. I kind of wish it was still more regular, but it's probably easier to do. I don't hate it. I'm not like in love with it either. It's serviceable for what the game is, and I'm sure you get better cutscenes and stuff too. So I'm sure it's not just this.
Okay. Cool they're continuing the Persona 5 thing though. I think it continues the story again too.
This
So
is yeah, this is the Final Fantasy VII of the Persona games.
yeah.
They're gonna
Just
they're just
keeps
gonna
going.
keep
Just
doing
keeps going.
crazy stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a smart idea though. Maybe they should keep doing that for Edit. Like I bet Six will do something similar and just have a bunch of spin-off games or whatever when that comes
Yeah.
around. It's a good thing to hold you over until the next mainline Persona game, I guess.
Yeah.
But Atlas, man,
They
there's
showed up
another
at
one
this.
later. But I mean, there's clearly a deal going on there with them and Microsoft.
Well, I'm
Sega
gonna
in
take.
general, right?
I was just gonna say I'm gonna take a step up. It's not just Atlas; it is Sega.
Sega in general, yeah.
Yeah,
There's a lot going on there.
they're getting a little too close, if you ask me.
I would not be surprised if we live in a world where they buy Sega after this whole
That's been the rumor,
Activision Blizzard thing.
and there was the rumor before the Activision Blizzard thing.
I mean, it's such a good path because their biggest hole in the market is Japanese games, right?
Yeah,
And yeah, Sega can handle that for you, particularly with Atlas and having JRPGs there, right?
they have worked together previously. Like they helped them with the Dreamcast, right?
Oh, did they really?
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure Microsoft themselves helped with the Dreamcast, so they've had a relationship for a long time. And there's been a lot of crossover with old Sega executives working at at Xbox. After they kind of stopped making consoles and stuff. So like there's a lot there. And I mean, imagine this. Sonic being the face of Xbox. I mean, that's
He'd have
wild
Sonic,
stuff right
Crash, and
there.
Banjo.
Yeah. Yep.
That's too much.
Wild.
That's too much.
It's too much. It's too much.
Can't do this.
Crazy.
Next we got a Starfield trailer. They just kind of popped this in the middle of the showcase. It was an awesome trailer. We'll obviously
Didn't need it here.
Didn't need it. Yeah, we'll talk more about Starfield in a bit, but good trailer I thought.
Good trailer.
Yeah. Next we got Jusant. It's another Don't Know game. It's the climbing simulator coming out later this year. Anyway, I thought this game looked awesome. Really
Yeah.
cool art style. Love that you're just climbing and doing shit with that. I like climbing in games, so I'm like, all right, yeah, I'm all for this. Just give me a whole game based around climbing. It sounds really fun. Like get the rope and shit, do all that. I'm like, all right, yeah, fuck yeah, I'm into this.
Yeah. Yeah. It looked interesting. It looked like you just climbing this one thing and that's it. So it's like,
Oh, that'd be cool.
yeah, like it's like a whole journey of you climbing this one mountain or whatever, like kind of a Celeste type, whatever, big journey type thing. So like
And, like the
that.
mountain changes throughout, like just the scenery, maybe it gets
Yes, yeah,
snowy
different
or something in
sections.
some parts. Yeah.
Exactly.
That sounds
Exactly. Maybe
really
you start at
cool,
the
actually.
bottom, it's a little more tropical, and then you get to like there's a more deserty section, and then it gets snowier and snowier, and you get to the top, whatever, and then you get to the wherever you go.
It's a
Right? Like,
volcano.
what is this journey? A climbing journey?
Journey but a mountain. Okay,
Yeah.
I like it. You get to the
Well,
top
actually,
of the
don't you
mountain. The
journey
game just
to a
ends.
mountain?
Oh,
at the
yeah,
end of
you
the
do
journey?
get to the top of a mountain in
Yeah,
that game too.
to the end of the game.
Okay. I'm into it. I'm into whatever you pitch too. So I hope that's it.
I mean, I'm probably wrong.
Yeah, most likely. Next we got Still Wakes the Deep. This is from the Chinese Room.
Yeah,
early
they didn't show
2024.
enough of this game.
Oh, this is the oil rig game.
Yes,
Yes, I couldn't tell if this was like a horror game or what they were
It
going
seemed
for
like
exactly.
it seemed like a horror game mixed with like a. I hate the term walking simulator.
Yeah.
I don't like. I prefer like just narrative driven game or something. So it seemed like I was getting very Firewatch vibes
Sure.
mixed with like a horror game.
Yeah.
That was the vibe. I don't know if that's what this game
More
is.
like a
but
thriller type vibe. Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
Yes. So like you don't know what's happening. Maybe there isn't anything supernatural, but like that was the vibe I was
Could be.
getting. Like, yeah, but there could be.
Yeah, I really like the tone of this game. Who knows when this actually comes out, but it did pique my interest for sure.
Yeah.
I can't. Was this on Game Pass? Let's see if it says. Doesn't say
Don't
anything
remember
about
this
that.
one. Yeah.
Might have been though. A lot of this stuff was just Game Pass.
Yeah.
A lot of these deals were
Forking out that
Game
money.
Pass. Yeah, for sure. Next game was Dungeons of Hinterberg, coming out sometime in 2024. This was the one that kind of looked like Hi-Fi Rush with the art style.
Yeah,
a little
very
bit.
cutesy. Kind of Hi-Fi Rush meets like what was that game from last year? Roller Drome a bit. Maybe not as cell shady, but
yeah, a little bit. Yeah,
maybe like a hybrid of both of those two
yeah. I think there was
type of deal.
skateboarding in this game too. So
Yeah, there was some she was doing something down the hill.
Something downhill. Okay. Well, I like extreme sports, so I'm into that. Yeah, this is
Yeah,
another one coming to Game Pass, so I'll definitely check it out when it does come there. Who knows how good this will actually be on there? Does it say the developer? It doesn't say here.
I don't.
Damn it,
Yeah, I don't
Polygon.
remember this one.
But yeah, really cool art style. Again, another indie that's really cool to put on this big stage.
Hmm.
Next, we got a new trailer for Cyberpunk 2077. What was it called? Phantom
Phantom
Liberty.
Liberty.
Yes, this is the one with Idris Elba DLC.
Keanu came out.
Yeah, Keanu is there. Yeah.
Yeah,
Really say that one time? He's like, "You're gorgeous" or something like that. I can't remember.
yeah.
Nonetheless,
You're
Phantom Liberty,
breathtaking.
dude, this looks awesome. Like this looks like really like a next level up from the base game of Cyberpunk 2077. I don't
Well,
know if
they're
you.
like rehauling a lot
Yeah,
of
yeah.
stuff.
Did you hear about all that? They're like rehauling the
Yeah,
AI, the whole menu's getting changed and all that. It's I can't wait
but I
to
think they already
jump
did
into
some
this
perk
again. So
rehaul.
sure, did they?
I think no, obviously we beat it already. I didn't go back, but I'm pretty sure they already did some perk rehaul. So this maybe is just an expansion more of that. Um, yeah, surprised we didn't get Idris there. It was Keanu. It's cool that Keanu's there. I want to see Keanu, but surprised Idris wasn't there. But yeah, this looks great. Like man, just I'm ready for that sequel.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
really. I
Well,
know it's going to be 5 years out probably, but I'm ready for it.
the director of this was he's going to be the director of the sequel.
Good,
So
good.
he said as soon as this is out, I think he's moving to Boston or something like that.
That's when we talked about all of that. Yeah,
Yeah,
there
yeah,
there there is an English studio that's going to be doing it.
yeah. So I think the director of this is moving there, and then he's going to be helming the sequel to Cyberpunk 2077, which is great. Should get very familiar with the IP and stuff. I'm sure he worked on the base game as well, so I'm sure he
Yeah.
already knows what he's doing there. But yeah, this looks great, man. Just graphically look beautiful. It's at some point I'm going to replay Cyberpunk 2077. I don't know when. But
One thing I want to point
probably
out.
in 2077 at this point. But
Yeah. One thing I want to point out. I mean, we've known this since kind of like the rehaul and like kind of the new gen stuff they did and kind of fixing it is they're really focusing more on the female V
yeah,
now. When they because they even when they did all the updates and stuff, they changed the cover of the yellow cover to the female V. This just has female V. The character in the game is female V. So it's like they're kind of making female V more canon, which I like more. I think female V had a better voice actor. I think she did awesome. So
yeah,
just
I'll
something to point
definitely
out.
play as the female in my next playthrough because I played as the male in the last one. The female definitely did sound better.
Yeah,
But I like the
yeah, she's
story
great.
idea of this with the whole escort mission with saving the president. That sounds
Yeah,
really cool. It's, I don't know what Idris Elba's character is doing exactly. It's just but the
yeah. I don't know.
gameplay
They're
itself
being
just
very
looked beautiful, man.
mysterious.
Still, Cyberpunk 2077 when I booted up that next gen version, still one of the best looking games I've seen.
Yeah, but sad thing is they're not using Red Engine.
Oh yeah, they're moving over
They're
to
moving to
Unreal Engine
Unreal
5.
5.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, well,
it's gonna take a while for them to
that'll
kind
probably
of get
work out
going.
well still.
That Red Engine though is so pretty.
Yeah, it really is. We'll always have this. Next game then, Daniel. City Skylines 2 got announced for October 24th. Believe this was a Game Pass game as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. This is a big one, right?
Yeah, people love that first City Skylines. It's not really. I wish I got into these type of games. They seem really awesome, and they showed a good chunk of gameplay here, showing all the different stuff you could do. Yeah,
I might be into this, honestly. This might be
go
right up my
for it. Looks
alley.
cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I'll play it right then. I'll be a little busy, but maybe at some point I'll check this out down the line. Next game they showed then, Daniel, you're gonna have to help me with the pronunciation of this one. Metaphor Revenizio? What was it?
Yeah, It's. I think you're pretty
Rev
close.
Reven
Yeah.
Revenantio? Whatever. This is the next big Atlas game coming from the. I know it's a different team within Atlas. It's not. What's the Persona team? P3, right?
No, it's like P. There. Yeah, P is in their name. I think.
P something. Whatever. It's not the Persona team exactly. It is Studio Zero. It says right here. So
Okay.
that they will be
There
filming
are
this.
like
But the
developers
director
from that
of
team.
Persona
Yeah.
5 is directing this. So it looks like this is just fantasy Persona, Daniel.
Yeah, and it looks awesome.
Yeah.
This was a big reveal for on the like a new Atlas IP on an Xbox stage. I think just even, not even like diving into what this game is, like just that fact alone, I think is big for Xbox. in their like movement into Japan, right? Like having even though this game's going to be on PlayStation and probably PC, having it be on an Xbox stage is a big deal.
For sure, yeah. This game's been rumored for a while, a fantasy game being made by Atlas. So it's cool to finally see it. Really like the art style and
Yeah.
whatever's going on with like you can get a job or whatever that type of stuff too. I'm really into
I mean,
that.
that's
Just
Persona. You can get a job in Persona.
can you get a job in Persona?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can work
Oh
in
shit, I
Persona
didn't even
5.
know it. That's how
Yeah.
big that fucking game is.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of Persona 5.
But no, I'm super into this. Coming out sometime in 2024, so a lot of Atlas stuff going on here. It's that team is busy, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, the fantasy, I'm into it. Why not?
Yeah.
JRPG
I'll take
fantasy.
it.
It's like I'll take it. I'll play this. Why not? I don't know if they confirmed this one was coming to Game Pass.
I don't remember.
I don't think so. But maybe it ended up well with their partnership going on here. But we'll see.
Yeah.
Awesome to see it there. This one did not get leaked, so little
Yeah.
surprise from Atlas. Next game they showed then Daniel was Towerborn, coming out sometime in
There we go.
2024, made by the Bannersaga guys.
Yeah, and they have really good art direction as well. So I'm very curious about this game. I don't know if it's gonna be, a game for me, but I'll kind of wait until we see a little bit more and stuff, and wait until next year to play it. But yeah, I'm curious.
Yeah, I was getting like Castle Crashers vibes from
I
it,
know.
a little bit.
Yeah,
So I was like, that's kind of cool. I like that game
it's just
back in
very
the day.
different than Banner Saga.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I'm kind of right there with you. I don't know if this will be for me exactly, but whatever. Not everything needs to be.
Austin Winter, he's doing the music.
Oh yeah, yeah. Isn't he? He's doing the
He
music for
announced it.
something else
He
too,
did
right?
Banner Saga for
Okay,
them.
gotcha.
So he's working with them as well. So yeah, he's doing Stray Gods in August.
That was it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. So yeah, this will probably be a pretty big deal next year if I'd
music is
imagine.
just gonna kill it for that game.
You said you were
Whether
thinking summer for this one.
that was gonna be my guess if that is a pillar for them, like if they're counting that as one of the big, you know, releases. So yeah, that's what I would think, but who knows?
Last game they showed then Daniel was Clockwork Revolution coming out. No date on this one, but you did get a lot of gameplay in there. I thought it's coming from In
More
Exile.
than I would have thought. Yeah,
Yeah, definitely. It's come from In Exile. This is their first big venture into first person RPGs. And this looks fucking awesome, Daniel. I thought this game looked
yeah.
so cool, just gameplay wise. I love the whole your choices in the past are gonna affect what the world is like
We
in
need
the
to see more of
future.
that. Yeah,
It's like that is so cool. That's such like a deep RPG mechanic that I'm really into. And the Bioshock Infinite vibes were just heavy here. Apparently one of the producers on this game was a producer for Bioshock Infinite, so I'm sure he had a helping hand in making this trailer. And yeah, I loved everything about this. It's probably my favorite thing we saw here at the besides Starfield but at the proper showcase. It's probably my favorite thing we saw.
yeah. I love the Bioshocky vibes. I'll take more Bioshock where I can get it.
Yeah, it's a unique era that doesn't get touched. Not era, but it's a
I like the
unique setting.
steampunky.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Like steampunk doesn't get touched that much in video games, at least big games, and it's really cool
yeah.
to see an Exile just make something that's gonna really appeal to a more casual audience and like, that big first person RPG vibe. Heavy again, it's like these guys Obsidian and Bethesda, like they really are locking down RPGs like we were talking about.
Yeah, and they said this is like RPG, like very deep RPG.
Yeah.
Like it's not just going to be a first person action game.
Yeah, well,
Like
because it sounds like you go in the past, and then like I'm assuming whatever your
affecting
choice
what you're
is,
doing.
yeah,
Yeah.
affecting the future of the whole area. So I'm assuming
Just don't know how that works.
yeah, who knows? Like I don't know how you're gonna end up going back and forth and stuff
Maybe
like
it's just
that.
all narrative, like
Yeah,
you're making choices and
maybe you
it's
hop back and forth between different times throughout
yeah,
the story,
different
and then like
missions maybe.
but I'm like really expecting this to like the world is really gonna be impacted by your choices in many different ways, and
Yeah.
me and you are gonna have completely different experience. Maybe not completely different, but very different experiences
Well, like
in
in
our
Wasteland, you can
playthroughs.
just kill characters. So
Can
I'm
you?
wondering,
Okay.
they'll probably do
I
a
kind of
lot
want
of
to
that.
check out one of their other games. I never played one, so
Wasteland 3, it's on Game Pass.
mm. Yeah, it might be a good one to look into. But
Yeah.
yeah, nonetheless, I thought the combat looked really great too. It's cool to see them venturing into first person shooters, right? It's
Yeah.
another one of these teams that's trying something maybe not completely different, since they have worked on a lot of RPGs, but a different genre.
And they have a lot of studios that could like help support with first person games. So
Yeah,
it's not like In Exile is out of support. Like,
No, yeah. I mean, you even heard Todd talk about it this week in a couple different interviews with id helping them out with the graphic side on Starfield and stuff like that. So I'm sure they can get a lot of and Exile can get a lot of help with anything really,
yeah.
combat, graphics, all that, right? One thing I didn't like about the whole Xbox show, I still don't like that they're separating Bethesda and Xbox. Like I would just drop Bethesda. Like I get that name holds a
I
lot,
still
but
think
like
it holds a lot, and I still think that they're not like, it seems like they're still not
still a
fully
little bit too
incorporated.
separate. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish they were just fully incorporated. Like I don't.
Everyone knows though.
Yeah, I just don't like when it like pops up Bethesda presents. So it's like, okay, you guys are the same thing now. So like when Activision goes through, are
I
we
was
gonna
just gonna
get
say, be
Activision
prepared.
presents?
It's gonna say Activision Blizzard presents every
Yeah,
time.
yeah,
Every time.
that's just a bit odd to me.
Wait,
I
it
would just
did. They
change
did
that.
that with Overwatch. It said
Oh, did
Activision
it say
Blizzard
that?
presents.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
Be
they
prepared for
clearly think
more.
they owe them on.
Yeah.
But that was the Xbox showcase, Daniel.
Hmm.
Phil came out talked. Oh yeah, also the Xbox S got announced.
Yeah.
The black one now with a
The Series
terabyte
S is
hard
getting a
drive in there.
black. Yep, terabyte. I guess they heard the want for a bigger hard drive and stuff, and like I just love how that little S looks. Having it all black now, so like the speaker
Looks
doesn't
slick.
stick out as much. Looks real slick.
Yeah,
Looks
real
real
slick.
slick.
Timer
Really
first, right in
small.
time for Starfield too, so that's
Yeah,
smart.
definitely. That's
And then
probably
Daniel,
planned.
we moved into the Starfield Direct. Got a big
Big
old
beefy chunk.
45 minutes, more than I think anyone was expecting, right?
Yeah.
I was expecting this 30 minutes at most, but we ended up getting good old 45 minutes of this with Todd talking and whatnot. And I think, man, I just think this was like the best showcase focusing on one particular game probably ever.
Yeah,
Honestly, like
I couldn't name another one.
no, I couldn't name them. It reminded me a lot of the Grand Theft Auto or Red Dead Redemption 2 videos that Rockstar will put out. Like the ones like a couple weeks before the game will drop, and they'll be like, in GTA 5, that voice comes over and
Yeah.
they'll like go over everything you can do in the game. But they'll do that within like 15 minutes. This was like an in-depth, personalized version of that with like
It's almost like a documentary style film.
yeah, yeah.
Like,
And I thought it
yeah.
was awesome having all the different devs talk,
I
and
was
then
gonna
like
say,
having
yeah, that not
the
just being
one
Todd.
particular dev that like worked on that segment of the game talking about that, like the combat guy was talking about the combat, and the quest guy was talking about the different quests and all the different factions you meet and stuff like that. I just thought it was so well put together.
Yeah, we don't just need Todd, even though we want to hear Todd. He started it and then was kind of sprinkled out through the rest of that little direct there. But it was nice to see the rest of that studio. We got to see some other veterans that are there, actually talk about the game as well.
Well, and I don't know if you heard, but that Todd was kind of hinting at that Elder Scrolls 6 might be his last game. So it's a smart idea to
I
start.
took it as his last Elder Scrolls game.
Sure, yeah. I would hope he sticks. Just a side note, I would hope he sticks around for Fallout 5. Give me that as the last one. I would hope he does that, but who knows? I mean, he is getting up there in age. He's going to want to retire at some point. So
Yeah.
who knows? But I think it's just with that. I think it's a smart idea to start putting other faces forward, and as Bethesda Game Studios as
The
a whole,
sandwich lady.
yeah, who
The
doesn't love
best.
this?
The best.
She makes your ship look like a platypus. Love it.
Yeah, and then it steals sandwiches. I love that lady so much.
But the game itself, Daniel, I just thought looked incredible, man. I thought it really came through of like, this is like everything you want in a space game, like you could go live in this world, you know what I mean? Like there's other games you can spend a lot of time in and whatnot, but this is like, I could spend a second life in fucking Starfield, you know what I mean? And yeah, I just thought everything looked so cool about it.
Yeah, the game looked great. I think it looked better than anyone was thinking.
Yeah.
Um,
The update from last year is very noticeable, just graphically, and then the combat in particular looked maybe not way better, but better. It just
I still think it looks good.
a
Looks
lot
fun.
a lot smoother than last year's combat.
Yeah.
Faster. The guns look more fun. It just a bit more floaty, and sometimes that's a bad thing, but I think that's like a good thing for.
I mean, it's also
going
to be in space. Yeah, different gravities.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, and so like the combat in particular, I thought got a big bump up from last year's showing.
Yeah. But I think even just visually, like I think
the
just
character models look
the character
incredible.
models.
They look way better.
Yeah.
And like the background scenery, at the beginning of this, they kind of just showed your character standing and like looking at a bunch of different vistas, and they all look beautiful.
Yeah. They showed a lot. They showed so much in this, but I still feel like I needed to
You're
see
just
more.
scratching the surface.
Yeah.
Like you
Like
really are. Like this is gonna
they
be a
go
big game.
they go a lot into like the outpost building, which is probably not going to be a big part of what I'm going to want to do. I'm probably going to do a lot more of the ship stuff if I'm going to
Yeah, I see a lot of
build
people
stuff.
worried about the procedurally generated worlds and stuff, and I really think they're just additive to make the
I
world
think so
feel
too.
very big, right? To make it like actually feel like you're in space. Like, yeah, there's gonna be procedurally generated planets and stuff, but like, and like there might be procedurally generated quests on those planets. Like maybe some random character comes up to you and like, oh, you go collect 10 lizards for me or whatever the fuck. Like maybe, but like I think most of those worlds will just be for like, hey, you find a world you like the look of, you can build a colony on, not a colony,
Yeah.
but who knows what you're building exactly, how in depth that goes. But like, I think most of those are just there to make it feel like space. There are gonna be plenty of like handcrafted worlds with handcrafted quests and all that in the traditional Bethesda sense, right?
Oh yeah, and I mean what helps with that is like they talked about having ships need a better drive to get further out. And it's like, well, they're not going to with the whatever main quest you're going to be doing, they're not going to like negate you from doing them by
No,
needing a thing. So you're really it's just going to be focused probably in whatever that first system is going to be, right? And then
yeah.
anything else, maybe you'd go do something else somewhere else.
Maybe
But
there'll be a couple of handcrafted planets on the outside too that you go
yeah,
for the main quests or big side quests and stuff like that too. But yeah, I agree for the most part. I don't think that's anything to really worry about. I think if anything, you should be like excited about that because this world's gonna feel just super big and actually feel like a space game that you want, right?
yeah, it reminds me of Mass Effect 2, right?
Yeah,
Or it's like, oh, you're doing all the resource gathering, but you're actually going to be able to go to those to do all that stuff, and
Mass
then
Effect
maybe
1 in
quest.
particular, there's
Or
a
Mass Effect 1,
bunch
yeah,
of
yeah.
planets that you could just
There
land
was
on.
nothing
There's like nothing there, or
in the
there was like
Mako,
literally one
nothing there.
base where you just shoot like two guys and you're good,
Yeah,
And it's like I think it's just gonna be a lot more in depth than that.
yeah.
Speaking
Um,
of the ships, though, I love the way the ship combat works and just everything about the ship. I was not expecting that. I was expecting that to be like the weakest part of this game, honestly, with the ship
it still
combat and
could
stuff.
be
I
maybe,
still don't think
but
the combat's gonna feel like particularly great or anything.
yeah,
But I just love the way you gotta like manage your resources in the ship and like if you're in a fight, you gotta put everything into your weapons and into your cannons and all that, and then like switch things around when you want to do a jump or whatever. So
make it a little more
all of that
active.
sounded really cool. Yeah. And then the stuff with bringing your characters on board and having them
I
come
love having
along
a
with you.
crew.
Oh, dude,
Yeah,
that's all. It just it hits the Mass Effect vibes, right?
yeah.
Like that's exactly
Because you're
what
gonna
you
probably
want.
have your story characters and your like your companion characters, but then you're gonna have just like your more basic crew.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you could talk to all of them, even if they're a basic dude
Yeah,
or
I'm sure
whatever.
they'll all have their own personal quests and stuff like that too. It's that's all. And there's like guns for hire too. I'm sure you can go meet those characters and that'll be really fun. They introduce a bunch of characters at the part of this game. They didn't go too deep, which I appreciate. They didn't go too deep into the main story, which I like. And
No, they
like
didn't.
good. Like let's not
I
learn too
wish I
much
could have
about
got a
that.
little more of a teaser though, just a
Yeah,
bit,
sounds like you're
just a
going
bit.
after these artifacts that may or may not
Yeah.
be connected to a different race out there in space or something
You
like
think
that.
that's how you're gonna be force pushing
Yeah,
like
so
they
you
did at
caught
the
the
end of the
force push,
thing?
right? Yeah. See,
Yeah.
I'm very interested in that. I wonder if those are gonna be the
The shouts.
powers or whatnot. Yeah, exactly. Are those gonna be like dragon shouts and stuff? Probably. Would I imagine?
I
Maybe
think so.
maybe each artifact you collect gives you a different thing like
Yeah,
that.
that's the
Something
vibe
like
I was
that.
getting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which that sounds awesome. That sounds.
Yeah.
Again, I like how they didn't go into that too deeply. They didn't need
There's
to.
still so much we don't
Yeah, just like
know.
let that be a surprise for me in the game. It's like I'm after seeing this direct, like I'm good. I don't want to see anything else. I'm just like,
Yeah.
let's go.
So I'm gonna ask you this. I know you're not gonna really be able to answer. Do you think that I could outer worlds this game?
Probably. I like.
Do you
I
think I
would
could
bet.
talk to almost all this game?
Oh, that's a good
That's what
question.
I mean by outer worldsing it. Do you
Yeah,
think I could?
I'd bet you could. Yeah.
Do you think I can like go like speech and like?
There's gonna be parts where you have to do combat, I'd imagine. But
There was
yeah,
an outer
there's. I
worlds
mean,
a bit.
Bethesda has
Yeah.
always had like use your high level speech to get out of this situation. So
Yeah.
there's gonna be stuff like
Like I just
that.
wonder how much I
Hundred
could do
percent.
that.
Probably quite a bit, I'd
Like just
imagine.
be more of an explorer and
If you were
not.
sticking to just like the main story, I'd imagine you could get through it mostly with just talking and stuff like that.
Hmm, okay.
But when you venture off into do side things and
Just
whatnot,
fight
you're
monsters and
gonna
stuff.
have to end up fighting. Yeah. But yeah, it's yeah, I'd imagine you'd be able to do a lot of that. They also showed off Daniel a controller. Daniel,
Oh, he has it. Look at that
hee ho
beauty.
hee ho.
Look at it.
Look at it.
Very pretty. Very pretty.
Get in here. Oh yeah.
Look at that stick for me. Oh, I can't hear it. Nope. It's
No, not coming through. Not coming
no,
through for
it's
you.
not coming through.
Beautiful controller, and I had
Yeah.
to buy that
Oh,
as soon
let
as
me
I
see the
saw it.
back.
See the back?
Oh, I like that. I like that dark burnt orange color.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a beautiful
And I like
controller.
the color. I guess that's whatever. What's the name of that company logo into the
It says on
Xbox
here
logo?
the Constellation.
Constellation. If you
Yeah,
look on the Xbox logo, it has like the color logo onto right into that home button. I
yeah,
like that. I like
yeah.
those colors. Yeah.
No less, I'm very excited. You know what else got me really excited was the background stories for your character during the character
Yes.
creator thing. Yeah, kind of
Yes.
cyberpunk esque a little bit. You know, that was in
Very
there a little
cool.
bit, but that's really cool how that stuff's gonna pop up at random times throughout the
I think you
game for
got
you.
3?
You get 3 traits, and then you pick one background for
Only
yourself,
one background.
and it
Okay.
looked like there was a lot of different backgrounds there. So
Yeah.
you'll pick one of those, and then 3 traits, and the traits I believe just had
Give you a
different things in it.
benefit or
Yeah, like the guy mentioned, the ship tried to attack him, and
oh yeah.
they were talking, and then he talked his way out of it because he was the same religion as that ship or whatever, as the people on that ship, and then he ended up getting out of that scenario, not having to do combat. So that'll be the ways that you get out of combat situations like that, right?
Yeah. Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
Do we think so? They didn't show it, and maybe there isn't. There's no aliens.
I mean, that's what it seems like the main story is hinting at, right? I'd imagine,
Yeah.
less is going to be more with that type of stuff in this game. I feel like,
True.
little hints of aliens and stuff like that would be very fun. And, maybe you even see one towards the end of the game. Who
But we're
knows?
going to this vast universe. Like,
Yeah.
you're gonna tell me there's no alien, just a bunch of animals everywhere?
Yeah. Not yet. Yeah. It's a very realistic approach to sci fi. You know what I mean? It's,
Yeah.
a much more
There's got to be
grounded
intelligent life
than,
out there.
for sure. It's just a much more grounded take on sci fi than, Star Wars or anything like that.
Yeah. NASA punk.
NASA punk, yeah. I
That's
like
what
that
they're
term.
calling it.
I like that
Oh,
term. Also,
NASA.
the lead quest designer was the lead designer on the Fallout 4 DLC. I can't remember the name of it.
Oh, Haba.
There you go. Yeah. But yeah, he's the lead guy on that, and that was a great DLC. That was probably like the
It
best
was
part
good.
of
Yeah.
Fallout 4. So really happy to see that guy being at the forefront of this game, and I just can't wait, man. It's my most anticipated game by far.
Yeah. Especially for this last half of the year. I mean, we still have my other 3 anticipated games this year. Well, Spider-Man, Final Fantasy 16, and then this. So I'm still eating over here.
Oh, dude,
There's so
we're
much.
I mean, this year, man, it's something else.
Cost in
I'm so
stock.
happy for Bethesda too because it seems like everyone is really happy with the way this game looks. Even haters are just like, you gotta hop on board
No,
now
there's
after
people
watching
still
that.
hating.
I'm sure there is, but it's just like, if you watch that direct and tell me this game doesn't look great now, you're lying to yourself. I think because it
I
just
think that
looks
there are people
spectacular.
lying to themselves. I
There are
really
definitely people lying to themselves, but there's crazy people out there. I just think this game looked just spectacular. It blew me away, honestly. It looked better than I thought it would. So I'm very
yeah.
happy, very excited.
Yeah, and they said no. It's already before launch that it's already the least buggy that
Yeah,
you know
what Matt
at
Booty
least
said. Yeah,
shippables, right?
yeah.
Like it's already better. So
It's
and they
also
already
their
have a month.
biggest game, so it's like it's gonna be buggy. Like I'm expecting bugs.
Yes, of
There's
course.
gonna be bugs.
But
It's
they still have even a few more months to
it's a
even work on
Bethesda
it.
game.
So
Yeah, exactly. They got a little bit more time to polish up here, so it's gonna be spectacular, man. I
it's
can't wait.
probably going to be their best launch, I would assume.
Sure.
No, I still think that we're gonna get some bugs.
I think focusing on one console helps with that too. Obviously,
Yes.
PC's coming out as well, but you always hear developers talk about that, how it's easier to develop for just one console than it is the others. So, yeah, man, I can't wait. Starfield, man, September 6th can't come fast enough. 5-day early access on September 1st. I'm all about it.
Yeah,
I'm
you
all
doing
about
it?
it. Oh, fuck yeah, I'm
Whoa.
doing it. Well, they got
Nice.
you could spend $35 to get the upgrade through Game Pass. So I'm like, that's not
Ah,
too bad. I can justify
sure.
that in my head. I'd pay $100 honestly.
I mean, you
But
could just buy it
yeah, I
if you
could just
want.
buy it if I wanted to, but I already got Game Pass, so it's like whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, Daniel, damn, we spent a long time on that.
Yeah, there's a lot there.
There was a lot there. All right, cool. Let's go over the Ubisoft one real quick.
Okay.
We should be able to get through this one. First game they showed off. Where is it? Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora coming out December 7th, 2023. Xbox Series, PS5, PC. Daniel,
Finally got a release date.
finally got a release date. Finally got a good look at this game.
Yeah.
Daniel, this is exactly what we all thought. This is just Far Cry with Avatar skin. And
But it's weird because this is Massive doing it. It's not like the
yeah,
Far Cry team.
well, that's what surprised me about Star Wars Outlaws is that we'll get to that game in a minute, but like I was just expecting that game then to look like Assassin's Creed, but that did not just look like Assassin's Creed. That looked like a
no.
completely new thing here.
Yeah.
But with
Um.
this really did just look like Far Cry.
Yeah. Massive must be a massive team.
Yeah, yeah,
They must be splitting it,
that was
to
good.
two. Thank you. Releasing two AAA games in a year apart, right? Like that's insane. So yeah, this game looks interesting. It's definitely a wait and see for me.
Is it okay?
As much as I love Far Cry, I like Avatar. I'm not like in love with it. I think it's a cool universe, but I still haven't seen two yet. But like, I don't know. I'm curious. I definitely like, watch out for it. But there's gonna be so much to play. I don't know. Maybe I can get to it.
Yeah, I actually like the date with that December date. I feel like that's a little bit after everything. Right now, I
That
don't have a
Crisis
no.
4 date.
Yeah, I don't really have a November game right now. So if it stays that way, I'll definitely end up picking this up because yeah, I thought it looked awesome. It's just Far Cry Avatar skin, and I really like Far Cry, so I'm down with this. I'm not expecting this to be groundbreaking or anything and be like this big 10 out of 10 thing. I'm just expecting this to be like a spin-off Far Cry game, really, with Avatar. So I'm like, okay, I'm here for that. I'll play through it. Looks fun enough. The combat looks cool.
Yeah.
Story, we'll see how that ends up going. I haven't even seen the second Avatar movie, so I'm not super into that franchise either, but I'll play a game on that, sure.
Yeah, it looks
uh
cool.
Next game they showed then, X Defiant, got a little look here. Where's the coming out later this summer, apparently.
Yeah, people have been playing it,
Okay,
different betas
yeah, there's
and
another
demos
open
and stuff.
beta June 21st, so next
Okay.
week.
Yeah, they've been trying it out, and people really like that game so far. So good for them.
Yeah, I wonder if Ubisoft got something there with that. I don't know, who
They
knows.
got to really keep supporting it, especially in this climate of multiplayer games.
Next we got another look at the Prince of Persia: The Last Crown game.
Yeah,
More
still
gameplay
looks
there.
great.
Still coming out in January. So, next we got a TV show. Daniel, what was this? A Blood Dragon remake? Was it Captain Laserhawk? A Blood Dragon
Yeah,
remakes.
with our boy
Yeah, what's his name?
Adi Shankar.
Yeah. it's
Love him,
this
dude.
isn't the show I want from him, but like it looks
Where's Devil
wacky.
May Cry? Where is Devil May Cry?
That's on their
Please.
Netflix too. It's like, what the fuck
I
are you doing?
know. Go make that show. Like this looked okay. It looked fine. Whatever. Go make Devil May Cry, Adi. Okay.
So what is this? Some weird
He
mishmash
announced that like
of
4
a
years
bunch of
ago
Ubisoft
or
IPs?
3 years ago. I don't know. There was like
Yeah.
an assassin looking thing. I don't know what's going
Yeah, I don't
on.
know. It was weird. Hopefully it's good. I mean, I'll probably watch it. I don't know.
It's got a cool animation style. I don't.
Yeah, they announced this team up a while ago with Ubisoft and
Yeah,
Netflix that they're making a whole bunch of shows. So I guess this is the first one of that. We'll see
there
how
was
this
an
ends up
Assassin's
being.
Creed thing, and yeah,
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm kind of into it. Blood Dragon remix. Let's go. Then they showed the Division Resurgence, the Division mobile game coming out fall
pass.
2023. Yeah, me too. Then a bunch of guys came out insane for Skull and Bones.
Good for them. They did a good job.
That was cooler than anything we've seen of Skull and Bones. So
That's so
I
sad.
was here for it. And we didn't even
That's
see Skull and Bones.
no, it was in the background. The footage we've already seen.
Still no date, no nothing. There's a closed beta coming on August 25th. So yeah, all right. Then
Next
I
year.
was into this one. Riders Republic getting a skateboarding add-on.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, it just looked like Skate, and I was like, okay, that's cool. Like, I don't know
Where's
if I'll end
Skate
up playing
4?
this. Who knows? EA didn't do a show this year, so we don't know.
No, EA did not.
Then we got a Roller Champions and Jet Set Radio crossover.
That was odd.
Yeah, that
Guess
was
Sega
weird.
ramping up for that remake or whatever.
They get teaming up with Ubisoft. Like, all right, whatever, guys. Then we got a Brawlhalla and Halo crossover.
Yeah, I got the Chief and the Arbiter just in
Master
Brawlhalla.
Cheeks, all up in
Yeah,
Brawlhalla.
it's one of the costumes you can unlock. The cheeks.
He's just naked but in his helmet.
Yeah.
Then we got another look at the Crew Motor Fest coming out September 14th. Another
Yeah,
racing game for
game
you.
looks cool. I know the people. There's a lot of crew fans out there.
Yeah, they make a lot of these games, huh?
I think this is the third one or fourth
Oh,
one.
it's the third. Okay.
I think so.
Then we got Assassin's Creed Nexus. This is the VR Assassin's Creed game where you can play as like every assassin.
Yeah, Cassandra's back, which is cool. Like seeing Cassandra. Yeah, I don't
Connor.
know. Connor, yeah,
Connor's
of course.
back. You know, I'm back. Let's go. Then we got Assassin's Creed Codename Jade. This is the Assassin's Creed mobile game. Actually looks
It looks
decent for
not
what
bad
it
for a
is.
mobile game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I actually thought that. I was like,
'cause
this
it takes place
not,
in China, which
yeah,
is
not
cool.
not too bad. You know, it's like
I just wish it wasn't a mobile game. Like
yeah. I wonder if
an
they'll put it on
Assassin's Creed that takes
consoles later.
place in China sounds awesome to me. It's like I
Yeah,
want to play that. There ain't that history is so cool in China.
they've
Like
done
I
that
would love.
twice now because they did like the 2D Assassin's Creed one in China too.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
It's like
It was that
make a
Russia,
mainland one in
China,
China.
India, I think
Yeah.
were the three.
Next game they showed off Assassin's Creed Mirage coming out October 12th. Daniel got a first good look at this. I think we
I
saw this
want to.
somewhere else.
Yeah, I want to play this so bad.
I do too.
It's just like now it's like 5 days or whatever before uh
Spider-Man
Alan
and
Wake,
Alan Wake, yeah.
and then if a couple weeks or whatever before Spider-Man. It's like all these three on top. I want to play all three of them.
Yeah, we'll have to see where I'm at after Spider-Man and Alan Wake.
I
And
know.
maybe hop into this. Who
Yeah.
knows? It's a tough year. This year is really just like you have to just play like your must plays, and you might not even have time for all of those.
No.
Yeah.
Nope. Not at all.
So it's like everything else just gets left on the back burner.
Yep.
Then the last game they showed, we got a big look at Star Wars Outlaws coming out in 2024. Daniel,
Yeah, lots of gameplay here.
Star
Looks
Wars
good.
Outlaws. Yeah, looks
Looks
awesome,
really
man.
good. Yeah.
Love the new character.
Mhm.
Her little dog thing we were talking about earlier.
Love summoning that, telling that dog to go do stuff, go
Yeah,
bite the balls or whatever, drop stuff on someone. Love
yeah.
it.
The one thing I'm concerned about is the gunplay a little bit. I couldn't really tell how that's gonna end up feeling
Yeah.
from that. You know, I don't know. Did you play the Division at all? Like, how was that gunplay?
I mean, it's good.
It's good. Okay.
Yeah.
So as long as it's
I
like
have
that,
faith. I
somewhat.
just don't. My only, I think the gunplay will feel good. My question would be, how does she feel to move? Is it
Sure.
a little slower, or is it a little faster? Like that'd be more of my question. I think the shooting's gonna be fun.
Yeah. I love the whole bounty hunter
Ubisoft
thing.
does well with shooting.
Yeah. Again, the whole bounty hunter thing's awesome. It's awesome to
Oh
get
yeah.
into that era of Star Wars, kind of get a 1313 and whatever Amy Hennig game was supposed to be, kind of getting that through this. So that's really cool. It's just awesome to see Ubisoft doing something new again. I know Star Wars is getting a new game every year now, so it's not necessarily a new IP or anything, but I think it's just really cool to see Ubisoft doing something like this.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
love
we
the
want to see everyone succeed, right? And this looks like they're really trying for a big AAA Star Wars game.
exactly. It looks like something new, whereas the Avatar game didn't. The Avatar game did just look like a Far Cry game, but this looked like something new for Ubisoft to shoot for, and I think that's really
Yeah.
cool. I love the look when the wanted popped up. You know, just that style of like it said wanted and the whole
Yeah.
screen went red, and I was like, oh, that's really cool. So I wonder if they're going for like a GTA type thing with that. You know,
I don't know, maybe.
yeah, it looks
Yeah.
like you can just fly straight up into space too, which that's really cool.
They
So,
their bold claim was the first open world Star Wars
yeah,
game.
I don't know about
What a
that.
claim! I don't know. I don't know about all that.
We did just get a Lego Star Wars last year, so I don't know about that
Yeah.
UV, but
True.
you know, Knights of the Old Republic that doesn't exist. You know, all right,
I mean, Fallen Order. I mean, in some ways,
yeah, in some ways,
or
yeah,
not Fallen Order. I mean, Survivor,
Survivor,
right?
yeah, Kobo was. That was another
Yeah.
thing that kind of was like that's unfortunate is that that one planet did look a lot like Kobo. I was like, okay, I wish we could see
A
something
little
different
bit.
a little bit,
Yeah.
yeah. But I was hoping for that open world Coruscant game, but I still think maybe Coruscant you can go there in this.
It sounds like we're in the Outer Rims, though.
Yeah, it sounds like you're
So
mostly
I
in
don't
there.
know.
I don't
Probably
know. Well, they
not.
did say Tatooine will be there, so
Ooh.
yeah,
Right.
yeah, you will go there.
It's
at
gonna be
some
a
point.
heisty thing. So yeah, who knows if we're gonna be bouncing
Yeah,
like
I'm super
getting
curious
stuff.
about that heist angle too. That sounds really fun. If
He
that's
was
like
like,
the
it's like the
main
biggest
story
heist, whatever he wanted to
in the
say.
outer
I don't know.
rim.
In the Outer Rim, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I'm curious what cameos we get in this game. Got to be something, you know. Who
I told
knows?
you that I was Han in the Carbonite. So we
Did we
could
get
get
him out
main
of the
cast,
carbon?
maybe. I don't
Han
know.
actually came out of the carbonite before he got, and then he got back in it at some point.
I got it. You ready?
Yeah.
Job of the Hut.
Mm.
Right era. Perfect era.
I mean, you are going to Tatooine too, right?
Jabba is gonna be in this game. 100.
And
take it to the
Boba.
bank right there. Take it to
Yeah.
the bank and cash that check because
Cash
job's
out.
gonna be in this game.
I'm into it. I'm into it.
Yeah.
Maybe get
They're gonna want
Lando
to
in
do
there.
a tie-in, right? So maybe you could even do Boba, maybe. So you have to think who's big around this era of Star Wars. So
Good Lando and Boba, honestly.
you could do Lando.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe
I can
just
see
do
all
that
of
kind
them.
of crew, Jabba, Lando, Boba, something like that.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm super into it, man. Can't wait. Next year. Next year's gonna be packed, man.
It's starting already.
And next year's too much. It's too much.
There are just too many video games.
Real quick, the Capcom showcase. Did you watch
Yeah.
this at all?
Sadly.
Sadly. Yeah, it wasn't too good.
No.
We did get an update on Pragmata though.
We did.
Yeah. Delayed.
Sorry.
Shocking.
It's delayed.
Shocking,
Which we
yeah.
haven't seen
None of
anything.
us
So it's like
expected that.
they didn't need to say anything. I'd rather you say nothing.
I guess
And
I
then-
want to know it's delayed, but you don't need to put that in your showcase.
Yeah, it's a more official way to do it, I guess, right?
Yeah, you could just tweeted that, I guess. But whatever.
Yeah, but not everyone is on Twitter. So it's like more people might see this, I assume.
Yeah. We still have more showcases to go over. I guess we'll save some of these for next week. There's a couple indie ones and stuff like that.
I mean, is there any? We could just real quick. Is there any from any of these things that stand out to you? Because to be honest, that I was gonna save this for the end. Is if it wasn't for the Xbox showcase and like a few of those Ubisoft announcements, I'm honestly pretty underwhelmed by most of the summer.
Are you? Okay.
I'm gonna be honest.
There
yeah.
was a couple
There are some,
at the
There's a couple of decent indie. I like Day of the
Devs.
Devs.
Yeah.
Was a good showcase. Yeah.
I think that
But,
Viewfinder game looks really cool. That's coming out in
Yeah.
July, so I'm interested in that. That Eternites game looks really
couple
cool.
times.
Cocoon looks really cool, coming out later this
Yeah.
year still. So I'm into a few of those. But
There's
yeah,
a few little games, but I just think I was a little underwhelmed.
little underwhelmed. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we certainly didn't. I don't think we hit that big like E3 type, but
Yeah.
it was close enough, I guess. So, all right. Well, that's gonna do it for the Nerdcast Podcast episode 1. What was it? 75. 175. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to subscribe to us over at youtube.com/nerdicgods. You can also find us available on all audio platforms. Daniel, anything else you want to say?
Stop releasing video games. So stop.
We're done.
I
We're
need to
done.
play some.
It's too much.
Please.
I mean, we're gonna get 3 giant JRPGs early next year, and they're all gonna come out like the same week, Daniel.
They either need to stop releasing games or just release even more. So like no one can play anything. How about that?
We just quit. We just quit video games. We're
Yeah.
just done.
There's too many games. Every day is a new 100-hour game.
All right, guys. See you later. Bye bye.
Bye, everybody.